here in 2015. They are 5-1 against Sugar Land here in Regency Furniture Stadium. Let's give you our starting lineups here tonight, brought to you by Guardian Pest Control. First for the Sugar Land Skeeters at 44 and 46 overall, 8-12 in the Freedom Division. Denny Elmonte, the center fielder, will lead things off. Jeff Dominguez, the right fielder, is batting second. Chris Wallace, the DH, bats third. Alan Dykstra, the first baseman, is cleaning up, batting fourth. Delwyn Young, the left fielder, is batting fifth. Patrick Palmero, the third baseman, bats sixth. Ameyu Zazueta, the shortstop, is batting seventh. Renny Ozuna, the former Blue Crab, returning to Regency Furniture Stadium in a different uniform for the first time this season. He bats eighth, playing second base, and Kelly Cross is the catcher. He was a late insertion into the lineup here tonight. He bats ninth, and he is catching for Sugar Land. For the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, 51 and 39, one of three teams with 50-plus wins in the Atlantic League here in 2015. 8-12 here in the second half. And they are currently in third place in the Freedom Division. Fred Lewis, the right fielder, will start things, leading it off for the Blue Crabs. Antone De Jesus returning to the lineup. He has not played since the 12th, or I should say the 10th of June. He's the center fielder tonight, right back in there batting second. Zach Wilson, the first baseman, bats third. Jake Opitz is cleaning up, batting fourth, and he is the second baseman. Jovan Rosa is the left fielder, last night's hero, that two-run home run in the bottom of the ninth to win it. Playing left field tonight. Jamar Walton is the DH, and he bats sixth. Keith Castillo is the catcher, and Castillo just picked up today from Lancaster in a trade. He was picked up in a trade where he was sent here from Lancaster, and of course for future considerations. He is in the lineup tonight catching, and he is batting seventh. Casey Frawley is the shortstop, and he is batting eighth, and batting ninth in the lineup tonight after going 2 for 2 off the bench last night, Grant Zawatsky, and he is playing third base. Casey Stevenson is not in the lineup tonight. Casey, last night, banging a ball off his knee, and he was limping around a lot yesterday during the ball game, whether he was up to bat or in the field. And he is not in the lineup tonight, so he is certainly getting a night off and getting a chance to rest. So there you go, the lineups for the Skeeters and the Blue Crabs, brought to you by Guardian Pest Control. Taking a look at our pitching matchup here tonight. The right-hander on the mound for the Blue Crabs, I should say, the left-hander, Brian Burris, 4-6, a 3.51 ERA, 17 games, 14 games started, 84 2/3 innings pitched, 83 hits, 39 runs, 33 of those runs have been earned, 22 walks, and 63 strikeouts. In his last start, Brian, back on the 26th at Somerset, picked up the win, arguably his best start of the year. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Against Sugar Land this season, 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA in 4 games, 16 innings pitched. He has actually walked more batters, 7 as compared to 6 strikeouts. The left-hander Burris on the mound for the Blue Crabs. On the other side, the right-handed pitcher Matt Wright on the hill for the Skeeters. 5-4 on the year with a 4.13 ERA, 16 games, 16 starts, 80 2/3 innings pitched, 88 hits, 45 runs, 37 of those runs have been earned, 28 walks, 75 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .271 off the right-hander. His last start on the 25th against Lancaster at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas. He took 6 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 hits, and 10 strikeouts. But one thing about Lancaster, first place coming into the night in the Freedom Division, they are a hot team right now. Against Southern Maryland, right this year, 0-1, a 9.95 earned run average. Our pitching matchup tonight, left-handed pitcher Brian Burris on the hill for the Blue Crabs, and the right-handed pitcher Matt Wright on the hill for the Skeeters. We'll have more coming up after this on the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Okay, it's this time, please welcome on the field tonight, Toyota Waldorf Field Green Team, the Lidless members of Trust Station Nation. Thanks to the Maryland Lottery, we have a junior game on tap for you tonight. Courtney, what's going on?
All right, guys.
Outdoor Creations brings us our Regency Furniture Stadium Field dimensions. It's 310 down the left field line, 325 to the triangular corner down the right field line, 375 to the alleyway in left center, 385 to the alleyway with a slight indent in right center field, 405 from home plate to the 12-foot high fence, covered by a dark green tarp in straightaway center field. The Mini Monster painted in green in left field with a manual scoreboard painted in white right in the center. The big video board hovering behind the mini grass hill in right center field. Beautiful green grass, as always, in the outfield. Beautiful green grass, as always, in the infield, with that dirt landing strip from the mound to the home plate area, and the maroon gravel warning track surrounding the outer edge of the ballpark with the Blue Crabs logo directly behind the home plate area. Great job, as always, by our ground crew, the Grass Kickers, to get things prepared here tonight. The field right now is in a mix of shadows and sunlight, and it is just gorgeous here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Tonight's umpires: Joe Del Balzo is the home plate umpire, Dane Rodzinski is the first base umpire, and Donald Mayer is the third base umpire. A three-man umpiring crew, as always. It is time for our MetroCast weather forecast. Picture perfect evening. It was great today. Just a beautiful temperature, beautiful day. Right now, there's not a cloud in the sky. Blue sky up above. It is so gorgeous. Mostly clear, 88 degrees. 37% humidity. Winds 10 miles per hour to the southwest. Fans continuing to file in. It is going to be a great night for baseball weather-wise. It's going to be a great night. Two Freedom Division rivals facing off, and there's going to be a great crowd on hand. But hey, there is still room for you, so come on down. It is time now for our Player to Bank On, and it is brought to you by the Community Bank of the Chesapeake. Infielder Casey Frawley, homer to give the Blue Crabs the lead in the bottom of the sixth inning last night in their victory. Casey is also hitting .308 in the last 5 games. Tonight's Player to Bank On is infielder Casey Frawley, brought to you by the Community Bank of the Chesapeake. I mentioned that it is absolutely gorgeous tonight. Yesterday it rained, and the rain cleared out, but it was an overcast, hazy evening. It was very humid. In fact, when I walked down to the clubhouses after the ball game to hand out some box scores and to get some post-game audio, talk to some guys, talk to manager Stan Clyburn, I was sweating. I was drenched. And then I come out of the clubhouse, and I'm all dry because there was air conditioning down there. I'm walking back towards the front office and the press box, and I started to get all sweaty again because it was so hot. Today, though, I haven't sweat once because it is so gorgeous. This temperature is just perfect, 88 degrees, 37% humidity. We've got a little wind blowing out southwest to left field. It's going to be a great night for baseball. And by the way, big win for the Blue Crabs last night, defeating the Revolution 5-3. Able to salvage that series and winning in walk-off fashion. That walk-off home run last night by Jovan Rosa was the first walk-off home run of the season for the Blue Crabs. They can kind of play off that a little bit here and try to climb in the standings here tonight, though it really doesn't matter for them because of the fact that they won the Freedom Division back in the first half, as you probably already know, so they punched their ticket to the playoffs, but they're still trying to get some guys healthy. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, Gustavo Molina has been placed on the disabled list, retroactive to July 25th. Anton DeJesus has returned. He's in the starting lineup tonight. Keith Castillo was picked up from Lancaster in a trade for future considerations. He's in the starting lineup here tonight. So, you know, the Blue Crabs kind of switching things in and out here, getting some guys, placing a guy on the DL, and Gustavo Molina, you hope that he can get healthy sooner rather than later. And the Casey Stevenson, you hope that he can get healthy sooner rather than later as well after banging a foul ball off his front right knee last night. In fact, I'm surprised he stayed in the game last night because he was limping around, whether it be at bat or in the field. That was scary last night because he was in some pain. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Washington operates in Washington, D.C. and the 5 surrounding Maryland counties of Montgomery, Prince George's, Calvert, Charles, and St. Mary. To learn more, call 202-772-4300. Catholic Charities, Archdiocese of Washington, inspiring hope and building futures. Blue Crabs are just about ready to take the field here tonight as they come through the kids' line, that kids' tunnel right outside the dugout, making their way to their positions. And we are about ready for the national anthem.
Fans, please rise and gentlemen, not lose your cap. And welcome Melissa Gerhardt as she honors America with the singing of our national anthem.
Melissa Gerhardt, a fabulous job on the national anthem here tonight at Regency Furniture Stadium. The Blue Crabs have taken the field wearing the home white jerseys, home white pants, with the navy blue lettering across the chest, navy blue numbers on the backs with the baby blue caps, navy blue brims, positioned in the third base side dugout, managed by Stan Clyburn. They come in having lost 5 of their last 7, while the Skeeters tonight, black jerseys with dark blue lettering across the chest, dark blue numbers on the backs, gray pants, and they are positioned in the first base side dugout wearing the white caps here tonight, managed by Gary Gaetti. They come in having lost 6 of their last 7. 8-12 here in the second half, 44-46 overall on the season. Brian Burris taking his warm-up tosses. The Blue Crabs have taken the field. Here's how they line up defensively. Jovan Rosa is in left. Anton De Jesus plays center field, back in the lineup after missing almost 2 months with a broken foot. In fact, he hasn't played since June 10th. Fred Lewis is in right. Grant Zawatsky is the third baseman. Casey Frawley plays short. Jake Opitz is back out at second base after leaving the ball game last night with flu-like symptoms. Zach Wilson plays first. Keith Castillo making his debut in a Blue Crabs uniform behind the plate tonight. And on the mound, the left-handed pitcher, Brian Burris. Brian, 4-6 with a 3.51 ERA, 17 games, 14 starts, 84 2/3 innings pitched, 39 runs, 83 hits, 22 walks, 63 strikeouts. Pyrotechnico brings us our first pitch here tonight. Pyrotechnico lighting up the batter's box, one pitch at a time. Denny Almonte will lead things off. Almonte bats from the left side. Here's the pitch. Fastball, a called strike over the inside corner. And we are underway. 7:08 first pitch here tonight at Regency Furniture Stadium. Game 1 of this 4-game series. Here's the windup in the 0-1. High and away with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Almonte hitting at 201 with 7 home runs and 24 RBIs. Open stance left side, the pitch. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike over the inside corner. Denny is down the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Burris kicks and fires. Down the way, skips off the glove of Castillo towards the third base side. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lights begin to come on here at the ballpark. Baby blue sky up above, just a beautiful evening. 75% of the infield is in shadows right now. Frawley pinched towards second, the 2-2. Swinging a foul tip at the plate, and Almonte stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frawley is actually swung over almost directly behind the second base bag, about 2 feet on the outfield grass. Zawadzki playing well off the line at third. Here comes a 2-2 offering. Outside, a fastball tailing away, and it's a full count. On deck, Jeff Dominguez. Infant stages of this ball game. Top of the first, no score. Burris kicks, and the 3-2 pitch. Down the way, ball 4. Almonte draws the walk. So Burris got ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Denny Almonte. And he walks the leadoff hitter. Here's Jeff Dominguez, the right fielder. Jeff hitting at 385 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Left side of the infield is in shade with the exception of a little pocket of sunlight near the shortstop position. The second baseman Opitz is in sunlight. The first baseman Wilson holding on Almonte. Almonte's in shade right now. Burris kicks and deals. And Dominguez takes a called strike over the outside corner. Jeff, switch hitter, batting from the right side. Chris Wallace, the number 3 hitter, will hit next. Outfielders right now in the sunlight. Wind blowing slightly out towards left center. Burris stares over at first, the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Almonte delayed steal. Castillo's throw to second. Quick tag. And Almonte safe, sliding in feet first safely. Opitz covering, trying to apply that tag. And last night, there was a couple of delayed steals by a couple of base runners for York on then catcher Craig Maddox. And right there, Almonte with the stolen base. That's his 19th of the year. And he is in scoring position. 0-2 is the count. Burris leaning at the waist with the ball behind the back. Brings the hands together at the belts and now steps off the backside of the rubber. Burris in his last appearance back on the 26th made the start against Somerset. Picked up the win, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. One of his best starts of the year. Stan Clyburn telling me before the game that he was really happy to see that from Bryan. Able to get that win against one of the best teams in the Atlantic League. The pitch on the way. In the dirt, kicks by Castillo towards the third base side, and Almonte will take third. He's 90 feet away with nobody out, no score. Here in the top of the first inning from Castillo towards the third base side on deck circle. That pitch in the dirt. And remember, for Keith, he's still trying to get used to these pitchers here and what these guys are throwing in their repertoire. Gustavo Molina, again, in case you missed it, has been placed on the disabled list, retroactive to July 25th, so he might be out for some time. 1-2 on the way. High and away with a fastball. And the count now evens to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans continue to file in. Great crowd on hand here tonight at the ballpark. Expect to be a great crowd on hand tomorrow as well. There's fireworks set to go off tonight. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Brian Burris. His first of the ball game. That'll send Chris Wallace, the DH, to the plates for the first run of the ball game. 90 feet away. No score here in the top of the first. And by the way, for Brian Burris in his last start against the Patriots, he went up against one of the best pitchers in the league in Mickey Story. And Mickey threw pretty well also, but Brian threw better. That's the type of confidence booster that could really propel Brian to having some good starts, putting some quality starts together here towards the tail end of the season, which is approaching quickly. First offering is down in. Chris Wallace, 275 batting average, 12 home runs, and 50 RBIs. Almonte walked, stole second, advanced to third on the wild pitch. Takes his lead in foul ground, 1 out. 1-0 on the way. A fastball and a called strike over the outside corner. Interesting defensive lineman here for Stan Clyburn's team as Zach Wilson, the first baseman, is up on the grass. Same with Opitz at second, but Over at third, Zawatsky even with the bag, and Frawley on the back edge of the dirt at short. Outside target, and the 1-1. Swinging a line drive left center field to Jesus to his right, into the gap, makes a running catch. Almonte tagging from third, the throw to the plate, offline, too late on a bounce. Almonte scores standing, and the Skeeters with an early 1-0 lead. Wallace with his 51st RBI of the season. Chris, the designated hitter, one of the best hitters right now in all of the Atlantic League, especially with driving guys in. And Wallace right there went into that at-bat, hitting .269 with runners in scoring position. Drives in Almonte, the first run of the ball game, 1-0. And the number 4 hitter, Alan Dykstra, will come to the plate. The pitch. Allen takes down and away for ball 1. He's a left-handed hitter, .222 average with 3 RBIs, 2 down. Dykstra the straightaway stands. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Came up empty on a fastball. Burris blowing that one right by him. Allen was released by the Rays on June 26th of this year. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. On a pitch in the dirt. He was signed by Sugar Land on July 14th, hoping to give this club some pop here, especially in the middle of this order. Skeeters come in hitting .250 as a team, right there in the middle of the pack of the Atlantic League. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2 outs, 1-0 Skeeters. Burris looking for his second strikeout. Third base edge of the rubber, works from the wind. He rocks, kicks, and fires. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. On deck, if the inning were to continue, is the left fielder, Delwyn Young. So the Skeeters in the first half, 36-34, finished second behind the Blue Crabs. Here in the second half, though, 8-12. They've really been struggling as of late. 6 of their last 7. Called, third strike, over the inside corner, a fastball. Dykstra didn't like it. Thought it was a little bit too inside. Brian Burris, his second strikeout. And that'll do it for the Skeeters. They score a run on a sacrifice fly by Chris Wallace. Middle of the first, Blue Crabs are coming to bat. Skeeters a 1-0 lead. This is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, powered by eTrepid.
$5 will be donated to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Courtesy of the pitcher that has finished warming up the allotted 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The entire 2015 season.
Yes. Retroactive to the 25th.
What? Our biggest promotion of the 2015 season, actually our biggest promotion ever, thanks to the folks at the Southern Maryland Real Estate Network. One lucky fan could win a $3,000 house and 40 houses in work.
Skeeters have taken the field. They're up 1-0, middle of the first. Delwyn Young plays left field. Denny Almonte is in center. Jeff Dominguez, the right fielder. Patrick Palmero is the third baseman. Amedio Zazueta is the shortstop. Renny Ozuna plays second base. Alan Dykstra is the first baseman. Kelly Cross, a late addition to the lineup. He is catching tonight. On the mound, the right-handed pitcher, Matt Wright. 5-4. With a 4.13 ERA, 16 games, 16 starts, 80 2/3 innings pitched. 45 runs, 37 of them earned, 88 hits, 75 strikeouts, 28 walks, opponents hitting .271. Fred Lewis will start things off for the Blue Crabs. It'll be Lewis, DeJesus, and Wilson. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball taken high for ball 1. Fred, the right fielder, left-handed batter, .261 average, 3 home runs, 30 RBIs. Here's the kick and the pitch. Check swing. A called strike over the inside corner. Lewis sporting the sunglasses here, trying to fend off that early glare coming off that green-colored fence, that 12-foot high fence, in straightaway center. Here's a ball hooked foul up the right field side and out of play. And Fred turning on that pitch on the inner half. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lewis, 44 runs scored, good for second in the Freedom Division coming in. A 1-2 swing and a foul back to the screen. Sixth in the Atlantic League in terms of rankings with that number as well. Former two-time MLB draft pick, signing with the Giants in 2002 after being selected in the second round out of Southeastern University. Here's a swing and a miss, and Lewis is down on strikes. One away, and a good start for the right-hander, Matt Wright. Here is Anton DeJesus. Anton making his return to the Blue Crabs order, takes a deep breath as he walks to the home plate area. Left-handed hitter, batting at 190, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Sporting a beard. I'm sure he's really happy to hear his walkout music once again. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit high for ball 1. Anton went on the DL with a broken bone in his foot, and a 1-0 fastball in there for a called strike over the outside corner, and this is the first time he's playing since June 10th. His last game against the Ducks. Palmero up on the grass at third. 1-1 offering, down and in, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Skeeters a 1-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the first, game 1 of this 4-game series. Kick of the pitch. Swing, and he popped him up. Left side of the infield, Palmero halfway up the line into foul ground, and he makes a one-hand catch. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Zach Wilson, the first baseman. Zach was hitless last night, hitting at .246 on the season, 5 home runs. Zach with 28 RBIs, 18 doubles, tied for 8th in the entire league. Trying to change things up tonight. He's got the pants rolled up to the knees. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. A called strike 1. Wilson at times this year has been very good. Other times he has been a little bit inconsistent, but he has earned an all-star appearance this year. Pitch. High and away. He had his 13-game hitting streak come to an end June 19th. That was the longest by Blue Crab this season, by the way. 1-1. Taken outside as the catcher Cross tried to frame it but was unsuccessful. Did not get the call from Joe Del Balzo, the home plate umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, 1-0. Skeeters the lead. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Ahead of a slider right there on the outer half, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, if the inning were to continue, is Jake Opitz as he takes his violent warm-up swings in the on-deck circle. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball, left side, through the hole, into left field, a base hit. Right out of the range of Zazway the shortstop. Palmero, the third baseman, had no shot at it. If anybody was going to make the play, it was going to be Zazway the shortstop. But it's a base hit for Zach Wilson. First hit of the ball game for either team. Here's Jake Opitz. Skeeters up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Opitz hitting at .265, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. Drove in the tying run last night against York at the bottom of the 4th with an RBI double, but then left. Here's a swing and a fly ball. Well hit, right field, but playable for Dominguez, 5 feet from the warning track. And Jeff puts it away with a 2-hand catch. Opitz just got under that fastball a tad. On top of that one, a little bit more, squaring it up. That ball's out of here, but Jake flies out to right to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 1 inning of play, it is Sugar Land 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network presented by eTripper.
Available at your local lottery retailer. Learn more at ndlottery.com/baseball.
All yours.
Top half of the second inning, Skeeters with a 1-0 lead. Scoring that run back in the bottom of the first, I should say the top of the first, on a sacrifice fly by Chris Wallace, 51st RBI of the year. It'll be 5-6-7. Delwyn Young, Patrick Palmero, Amedio Zazueta. Young switch hitter batting from the right side. Burris kicks and fires. High and away. Skeeters still looking for their first hit. Delwyn Young hitting at .258 with 7 home runs and 25 RBIs. The turn, the kick, and the next offering. Swinging a hot shot to third. Zadwatsky scoops it up. Shuffles the feet, fires it across to first, and Young is retired for out number 1. Both these pitchers work fairly quickly. They get the baseball back, ready to work. We saw that with Matt Wright in the bottom of the first, and here we see it here, as we always do, with the left-hander Brian Burris. Patrick Palmero, the next hitter, the third baseman, son of Rafael Palmero, hitting at .249 with 6 home runs and 36 RBIs. Patrick digs in right side with a slightly open stance. The kick and the pitch. In tight, backing him off the plate. A fastball knee-high off the inside corner for ball number 1. Fans continue to file into the ballpark on a picture-perfect evening. Baby blue sky up above. The 1-0. Swinging a ball beaten into the ground, foul at the plate. You know, the last time we saw Patrick Palmero here, which was earlier in July. It was back on the weekend of July 4th, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. He had a lot longer hair. His hair was a lot longer in the back, but he seemingly, I can't see with his helmet on, but he seemingly has gotten a haircut. I remember his hair was like his father's hair was back in the 90s. It was very long in the back. 1-1 pitch. Change up, missing a little bit low and maybe inside as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. Amedio Zazueta on deck. Crabs down 1-0 here in the top of the second with 1 out. Outfielders play straight away. Rosa deep and left, the 2-1. Swinging a line drive to left. That'll drop down, a base hit. Rosa to cut it off. Fields it on the backhand on the warning track. Big turn by Palmero around first. Goes back to the bag, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Skeeters here in the top of the second inning. Sugar Land, they come in having lost 6 of their last 7. They've been outscored 33-16 in their last 7 games. And right now, they are 8-12 in second half play. Team still trying to find themselves here in this second half. They come in 5 games out of first place. Meanwhile, the Blue Crabs are 4 games out. 9-12. Here's the pitch. And first offering misses high and away to Amedio Zazueta, the shortstop. Right-handed hitter, .266 average, 2 home runs, and 23 RBIs. Zazueta from Culiacan, Mexico. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike over the inner third. Burris comes set at the belt. Checks the runner at first. The kick, the 1-1. Inside, a fastball. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Zazueta, guy who was signed by the Astros as a free agent back in 2005. Next offering. Out wide, Burris trying to find the strike zone here to Zazueta. Renny Ozuna, the former Blue Crab, is in the on-deck circle. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count with 1 away. Zazueta last year playing with both the Camden River Sharks and the Blue Crabs. 3-1 on the way. Swing and a ball pushed on a line foul. At a play right side. Fastball getting in on the hands of Zazueta. 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Skeeters with a 1-0 lead. This game 1 of a 4-game series. Game 2 tomorrow. Game 3 on Sunday. Game 4 on Monday. Then the Blue Crabs actually have an off day. And they will head to York for a quick 4-game series before returning home for a 4-game series against Bridgeport. The payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball out to second. Opens fields to second for 1. Frawley's turn on to first. An easy 4-6-3 double play. Middle infielders turning it perfectly. textbook 4-6-3 double play, and that'll do it for the Skeeters. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. Bottom of the 2nd inning, the Blue Crabs is coming to bat. They are down 1-0 to Sugar Land. You're listening to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, presented by eTrepid.
All right, for some successful first inning, let's see what the Maryland Lottery took up for us in the 2nd inning. Courtney, take it away. Left fielder number 36, Giovanni Rosa.
Last night's hero, Giovanni Rosa, will lead things off. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Skeeters up 1-0. Matt Wright, the right-hander, 2nd inning of work, middle of the rubber, winds and fires. And a slider missing down low. Rosa last night with that 2-run home run, a line drive over the mini monster, wrapping around the pole in left, winning it for the Blue Crabs in the bottom of the 9th. Blue Crabs salvaging that series, winning last night 5-3. The 1-0 swing and a pop foul off to the right and out of play. Rosa 255, 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. We'll wind up in the next offering. Called strike over the outside corner. Blue Crabs looking to win game 1 of this 4-game series. They've actually lost 3 series in a row. This, of course, after they started the second half 4-0, 1-2. Up high with a fastball. 2-2 now is the count to Giovanni Rosa with Jamar Walton. What a good night last night at the plate on deck. And then Keith Castillo. 2-2. Swing and a grounder pushed foul outside of first. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rosa with the open right side, 2-2. Swing and a miss, got him on a high fastball. Second strikeout for Matt Wright. And there is 1 away. Charles Regional Medical Center works tirelessly to provide nothing less than the best care for each patient. UM Charles Regional Medical Center is a regional, not-for-profit integrated health system serving Charles County and the neighboring areas of Southern Maryland. Visit one of their 6 different locations today. Jamar Walton, the batter, with 1 out. 1-0, Skeeters lead, bottom of the 2nd. Walton, left side, the DH, 284, 2 home runs, 29 RBIs. Right, turns, kicks, and fires. Cut on, a foul tip right into the mitt of Kelly Cross, and it's 0-1. Walton with a big RBI triple last night, adding an insurance run for the Blue Crabs in the bottom of the 7th. Outfielder shade towards right center, the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to first. Easy play for Dykstra, but he boots it, picks it up, flips it underhand to right, covering, and it's in time just to get Walton by a step. Every time I say it's an easy play for somebody on a ground ball, before they actually make the play, they either boot it and recover like Dykstra did right there, or they make an error. Luckily for Allen, though, he was able to pick it up, and Matt Wright, the veteran, getting over to the base just in time to retire Walton by a step. 3-1 on the putouts. Wasn't pretty, got the job done though. Here's Keith Castillo, the catcher. His first at bat as a Blue Crab. The pitch. And a called strike with a fastball. Switch hitting Keith, batting from the left side. Open stance, former Lancaster Barnstormer, the 0-1. Swinging a foul back over the screen and out of play. He was picked up by the Blue Crabs in a trade. Blue Crabs' future considerations going the other way for Lancaster. Gustavo Molina again placed on the disabled list, retroactive to July 25th. The Blue Crabs were in need of another catcher. The 0-2 up high. Castillo hit .244 with 2 home runs and 21 RBIs with Lancaster. His manager Butch Hobson has so many nice things to say about him. The 1-2 in tight, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Actually, Keith played with the Blue Crabs last year and Lancaster last year. Started the season with the Barnstormers this year, and then was just traded today. In fact, he signed his contract officially at around 5:30. 2 outs. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Cross the block. Comes out in front of the plate. Barehands the baseball on the ground and throws to first to record the strikeout. That's 3 strikeouts for Matt Wright. And Matt with an easy 1-2-3 inning. Here in the bottom of the second, we head to the third. It is Sugar Land 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. You're listening to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, powered by Intrepid. Renny Ozuna, the former Blue Crab, will lead things off. We are in the top of the third. The Skeeters with an 1-0 lead. Yes, Renny Ozuna in a Skeeters uniform. It'll be 8-9-1. Kelly Cross will hit next, followed by Denny Almonte. The pitch from Burse. Taken for a called strike over the outside corner. So Renny was in a Blue Crabs uniform when he woke up. Of course, not literally, but figuratively. When he woke up on the 11th of July. Next offering missing high and away. Came to the ballpark at Constellation Field, and he was told, hey, Renny, you're traded. So got his stuff, went over to the other clubhouse, put on a Skeeters uniform, and got 2 hits that night against his former team. He was actually traded from the Blue Crabs. Here's a swing and a foul tip. Bouncing to the backstop. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's got to feel good for him to come back to a place that he could really consider one of his homes. Home away from home. He played with the Blue Crabs in 2013. Started the season with Southern Maryland this year. Here's a ground ball left side past the diving third baseman, Zawatsky. And into left field, a base hit, a jam shot grounder, base hit for Renny Ozuna. And the batter will be Kelly Cross.
Catcher number 29.
Second hit of the ball game for Sugar Land, up 1-0. Kelly Cross, the catcher, a late addition to the lineup tonight, hitting at .278 with 1 home run, 1 RBI. Burse leaning at the waist with the ball behind the back, comes set. Now a quick throw to first, And back in safely standing is Ozuna. And Rennie had good speed when he was here with the Blue Crabs. He had that green light from manager Stan Clyburn, and I'm sure he's got something along the lines of that with his manager Gary Gaetti. He's got 8 stolen bases on the season. First offering, cross squares, drops down the bunt, fair right in front of the plate. Barehanding is Castillo, throws to first, second rather for the out, down to first in time for the double play. Nice play by Keith Castillo. It'll go down in the book as a 2-6-3 double play. Back to the top of the order with 2 outs. Here is Denny Almonte. That bunt was literally bunted right into the ground. Nice job by Keith Castillo. Here's Denny Almonte in the pitch. And Denny takes a called strike. Interesting thing about Almonte is that on the roster, he's listed as a switch hitter, but here against Burris, he's just batting from the left side. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses here at a pitch in the dirt. And it's 0-2. Frawley on the back edge of the dirt, playing near second base. Straight away. First, third base edge, looking for his third strikeout. The pitch in the dirt. He really spiked that breaking ball, and he shakes his head. Upset with himself. That one might have slipped right out of his fingertips. Almonte scored the only run of the ball game. He walked, stole second, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored a run on the sacrifice fly by Chris Wallace. First takes a breath, staring in. He turns, kicks, and the 1-2. Swing and a fly ball into the baby blue sky in the left center field. Pretty well hit to Jesus back and to his right with plenty of room in the gap, and Antone makes a one-hand catch just shy of the track for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit. Nice defensive play by Keith Castillo, starting a 2-6-3 double play. And nobody left on base. Home half of the third, and the Skeeters with a 1-0 lead over Southern Maryland on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Baseball Network powered by E-Trepid.
Chick-fil-A has a new item. It's called Frosted Lemonade, and it's awesome. We've got some teams on the new computer. Free Chick-fil-A Frosted Lemonade coupons. Ron and Lord, take it away. All right, Frosted Lemonade, we're sure we take good change. Coming down. Maintain the level of reading skills they achieve during the preceding school year. The public library will invite the reading gap and 10 fun programs that encourage children of all ages to pick up a book and read. Shortstop number 4, Casey Frawley.
Casey Frawley will lead things off. Home half of the third, 1-0 Skeeters, and the pitch from Matt Wright. Check swing, flare, foul. Back to the screen, the right-handed hitting. Casey Frawley starting things off here in the bottom of the third for the Blue Crabs, who have 51 wins on the season as compared to 39 losses. One of 3 teams in the Atlantic League with 50-plus wins. Here's the kick and the 0-1. High and inside, and it's 1-1 strike. Casey last night with a solo home run to give the Blue Crabs the lead in the bottom of the 6th, hitting it over the left center field wall. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a pop foul off first. Dykstra crossing into foul ground behind the bag, angling towards the side wall as it twists out of play and lands 3 rows deep in the seats. 1-2 strikes to Frawley. Casey hitting at 243 with 5 home runs and 28 RBIs. Is Grant Zawadzki. Matt Wright gets another baseball. And the right-hander puts the hand in the glove, turns, kicks, and fires. Swing and a miss, and a slider that Casey swings right over. That is strikeout number 4 for Matt Wright. He has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters that he has faced. Here's Grant Zawadzki. The College of Southern Maryland is a public regional community college with the mission of helping students meet the challenges of individual, global, and social change. Come visit the College of Southern Maryland at one of their 3 locations today or visit www.csmd.edu. First offering to the right hand, hitting Zawadzki, misses outside for ball 1. Matt Wright, 6'4", 270 pounds, from Waco, Texas. He's 33 years of age. 1-0. Down the way, and he looks back at the rubber. Might have slipped or something, because that pitch was uncorked low and outside, and it went right by the catcher cross and carried him to the backstop. So the 33-year-old towing the middle of the rubber puts the hand in the glove and deals 2-0. Slider spins in, a called strike. Nice pitch right there on the outer third. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. He was a former 21st round draft pick in the 2000 draft by the Braves out of Robinson High School. The pitch, a called strike at the belt. I guess you can say he was a former pitcher in the Braves organization, not so much a former draft pick, because that never goes away. Here's a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt by Zawadzki, and the scoop by Cross. He tags out Grant. Back-to-back Ks. Matt Wright has 5 here in the ballgame through 2 2/3. He struck out 3 straight hitters going back to last inning. Here's Fred Lewis now with 2 outs, nobody on base, 1-0 Skeeters. I think that's big confusion from a lot of people. They say former, and I'm guilty of this sometimes, as I just was, a former draft pick. Well, he wasn't really a former draft pick because that never goes away. It's fact, he was drafted. Lewis tries to push the button, does. Right side, right off the mound, tries to pick it up, and can't field it cleanly. And Lewis is safe at first base with the bunt single. Second hit of the game for the Blue Crabs. Matt Wright came off the mound. That bunt continued to roll towards the first baseman, Dykstra, who stayed home on the play. And Wright tried to pick it up about 3/4 of the way down the line, and he just couldn't grasp it with his fingertips. So Lewis, a 2-out base runner with good speed. Each team 2 hits in the game. Blue Crabs down 1-0. Here's Antone de Jesus, who fouled out to Palmero, the third baseman, back in the first. Antone with the open stance on the left side. Palmero even with the bag at third. Quick throw to first. And Lewis hops back in, safely standing. Fred with 6 stolen bases here this season in 9 attempts. The pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Skeeters are 12-4 when Matt Wright has started this year. Matt has made 16 starts here in 2015. 1-0. Called strike. A slider drops in knee high. Antone shaking his head, disagreeing. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count with 2 outs. Home half of the third inning. Wright comes set at the belt. The 1-1, Lewis breaks for second. Pitch low, throw to second base on a line, and it's too late. A little bit wide to the right field side of the bag. The shortstop, Zozweta, had to range all the way to his left to save that from going into the outfield. Meanwhile, Lewis slides in feet first safely to the back corner of the bag, and Fred has stolen base number 7 on the year. Jesus with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Blue Crabs hitting .260 as a team with runners in scoring position this season. The 2-1. Swinging a line drive into center field. That's down. A base hit. Lewis is being waved around third. Almonte up with it. His throw to the plate. On a bounce. Is offline. Up the third base line. Lewis scores standing. And on the throw to Jesus moves into second base. It's an RBI game-tying single for Antone de Jesus. Welcome back, Antone. That's his 11th RBI of the year. We're all tied at 1 here in the bottom of the third. All this with 2 outs, which will make Stan Clyburn very happy. 2-out clutch hitting by Antone de Jesus. Fred Lewis got it started with that bunt single, pushing it to the right side. So Antone with good speed at second base. He's in scoring position. Here's Zach Wilson, who's 1 for 1 with a single. And the first offering is outside for ball 1. So the Blue Crabs, 1 run, 3 hits, out hitting the Skeeters right now by a 3-2 mark. Wilson with the open stance on the right side. The pitch on the way. A called strike over the outside corner. Well, that's got to feel good for Antone, a guy who really struggled in that first half before going on the DL. Doesn't hit all that hard, but it was a line drive jam shot. And he muscled it out to center field. 1-1 swing and a foul. Out of play right side, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Wilson is in the hole. Jesus hops off second, taking his lead. Outside target. Right comes set. The 1-2 on the way. Check swing on a fastball high. And on the appeal, Wilson was able to check. According to Dane Rutowski, the first base umpire. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Jake Opitz. Outside target. The 2-2 on the way. High and away. Didn't miss by much. Kelly Cross, the catcher, tried to frame it. And the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Wright, 1-2. His last 3 starts out there on the mound. Middle of the rubber, ball behind the back, comes set at the belt. The payoff. Called, 3rd strike. Fastball at the knees. Wilson might have thought it was low, but he is rung up by Joe Del Balzo, the home plate umpire. And that's 3 strikeouts in the inning for Matt Wright. He has 6 here in the ball game. Blue Crabs, though, are able to tie it. 2 out hitting. Single by Lewis. He stole second, and then an RBI single by Antone De Jesus. At the end of 3 innings of play, Sugar Land and Southern Maryland all knotted at 1. This is the E-Trepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Jeff Dominguez will start things here in the top of the 4th. All tied at 1. Blue Crabs tied it in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Burris, the left-hander. And he deals a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike. Dominguez struck out swinging his first time up. Switch hitter batting right. The 0-1. Swing and a dribbler foul up the third base side. And it's 0-2. Skeeters 1 run, 2 hits. Blue Crabs 1 run, 3 hits. Skeeters scored in the top of the 1st. Blue Crabs tied it in the bottom of the 1st. Antone De Jesus with an RBI single in his first game back after being activated from the DL. The next offering misses down and in, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris Wallace with a sacrifice fly for the Skeeters back in the top of the 1st. Brian Burris, 2 strikeouts here in the ball game. Matt Wright pitching well on the other side. 1-2 on the way in the dirt. Matt Wright has 6 strikeouts. He hasn't walked anybody. He's thrown 3 innings. Burris on the third base edge of the rubber. The 2-2 to Jeff Dominguez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Brian. And there's one away for Chris Wallace. Burris, who was Southern Maryland's opening night starter here at Regency Furniture Stadium against the Patriots. Picked up his first win since July 11th, going 7 innings in his last start against Somerset. Pitch on the way to Chris Wallace, and he takes a fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Chris with the RBI sacrifice fly back in the first. 15th start for Burris, his 18th appearance here in 2015. Kick in the 1-0. There's a called strike over the outside corner. He left the ball game on May 5th in his start against Camden with a forearm strain. And then he returned to the starting rotation against this Skeeter team, going 3 innings, allowing 6 runs on 6 hits. A fastball missing high and away, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. That was a forgettable outing for Bryant. He actually had a forgettable month of June, went just 1-4, the 2-1. Outside just a tad with a fastball, 3 balls and 1 strike. His ERA, in fact, in the month of June, a 5.35 earned run average overall. Now here in July, much better, 2.27 ERA. 3-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Frawley's there, he handles it, shuffles the feet, slings it on to first, and Wallace is out number 2. Nobody on base, tied at 1 here in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll send Alan Dykstra to the plate. Allen struck out looking his first time up. Skeeters come in having lost 6 of their last 7, trying to turn things around here in the second half. 8-12, and are in last place in the Freedom Division here in second half play. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Dykstra takes a called strike across the knees, and it's 0-1. Tonight's game marking the 17th time that the Blue Crabs are taking on the Skeeters here in 2015. The 0-1. Just a little bit low with a breaking ball. Tonight's game also the 7th time that these 2 teams are playing here in the month of July. Game 1 of a 4-game set. 1-1. A little bit low. Same pitch, same spot. Breaking ball, missing downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alan Dykstra. No relation to former big leaguer Lenny Dykstra. 2-1. Swinging a fly ball in the left center field. Well hit, but playable for Rosa. Back to his left, and the left fielder camps under and makes a 2-hand catch 4 feet from the warning track, just to the right of the mini monster in left center field. Easy inning for Brian Burris as he sets the Skeeters down in order. 1, 2, 3. We head to the home half of the 4th. Sugar Land 1, Southern Maryland 1. You're listening to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, presented by E-Trepid.
Join us this weekend for a hilarious musical comedy, Hockey by Knots, through August 9th, Friday and Saturday nights and Sundays at 3. Visit the Sports Back with Players website at pplayers.org for more information. Hi, fans. Let's see what the Blue Crabs have to do with this inning for the Maryland Lottery. Any promotion or what's going on?
Last of the 4th, here at Regency Furniture Stadium, Sugar Land and Southern Maryland knotted at 1. It'll be Jake Opitz to lead things off 4-5-6. Opitz, Rosa, Walton. Jake 0 for 1. He flew out to right field, fairly deep his first time up. The right-hander, Matt Wright, has 6 strikeouts in the ball game. In fact, he struck out 3 batters in that third inning. First offering, a called strike. Blue Crabs tying the game in the bottom of the third. An RBI single by Anton De Jesus. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Crabs coming in having lost 5 of their last 7, looking to win game 1 of this series here tonight. The windup in the 1-1. A little bit low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfielders shade towards right center. Opitz back in there left side. Straightaway stance. The windup in the 2-1. Up high, and it's 3-1. I mentioned that Opitz last night left the ball game because of some sickness. In fact, he was actually throwing up a little bit after the game. 3-1. Swinging a ground ball, pulled to first. Easy play for Dykstra, who scoops, takes to the bag, and Opitz is retired. 3 unassisted on the putout. 1 away for Jovan Rosa. We'll pause for station identification on the Blue Crabs. Powered by eTrepid. Back on the eTrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. eTrepid, empowering business to communicate with clarity. Tim Taraboki here tonight, and thanks to those watching on the YouTube side of things as well. Jovan Rosa, right-handed hitter, 1 out the pitch. A called strike over the outside corner. We're tied at 1, Skeeters and the Blue Crabs. Bottom half of the 4th, game 1 of a 4-game series. Matt Wright turns, kicks, and the 0-1. Outside, just a tad. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rosa, last night's hero, that walk-off home run to left. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat here tonight. The 1-1. A called strike over the inside corner. Rosa thought it was inside. He lifted up the elbows thinking it was a ball. Not the case as he shakes his head here at home plate umpire Joe Del Balzo. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Matt Wright is looking for his 7th K of the night. Rocks, kicks, and fires. Swing and a ball served foul in the air, right side and out of play. Here's the windup and the 1-2. Swing, and he popped him up foul behind the plate. Cross couldn't find it, but that'll find the seats in the lower bowl over the screen out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The windup in the pitch home. In the dirt, and it's 2-2. Remember, there will be fireworks tonight as well. I think they're going to be set off right around 9:30 or so. And the way this ball game is going, moving pretty quickly. Bottom of the 4th here, and it's only 8 o'clock Eastern time. You could see those fireworks after the game. Here's a swing and a foul back to the screen. A good cut by Rosa with 2 strikes. Count remains holding at an even count, 2-2. Jamar Walton is on deck. Outfielders play straight away. Wind blowing out slightly towards left field. Lights are on and a perfect sky up above. I may have to Instagram this sky. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The 2-2 in the dirt. And the count runs full to 3-2. .61 pitches by Wright. Pitch number 62 misses down and away. Ball 4, Rosa with a good at-bat, draws the walk. First free pass issued tonight by Matt Wright. And with 1 out and a runner at first base, the DH Jamar Walton will come to the plate. Jamar grounding out 3-1 his first time up. Walton bats left. Wright comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Walton chasing a high fastball. A lot of swings and misses on that fastball here tonight by Blue Crabs hitters. Keith Castillo is waiting to hit next, the catcher. Here's the set position. Now a quick toss over to first, and Rosa back in safely standing. I mentioned the Blue Crabs have lost 5 of their last 7. In their last 5 as a team, they're hitting just .223. Hitting .220 in their last 10. The 0-1. Swinging a bouncing ball out of the range of Dykstra, the first baseman, into right field. A base hit. second base. It's fielded cleanly by Dominguez. And a walk. Now a base hit by Jamar Walton. First and second for Southern Maryland with one out, looking to break this 1-1 tie. Bottom of the fourth, here is Keith Castillo. Keith struck out swinging his first time up. He's a switch hitter. He'll bat from the left side. He's got that long hair down to his shoulders. Guy with a straightaway stance. Stands at 6'4", 215 pounds. The pitch. Check swing and a called strike over the outer third. Nice crisp fastball. Pretty good movement as well. You can hear the pop from our field microphone into the mitt of Kelly Cross. Good place for the Blue Crabs to be in right now. First and second with one out. Bottom four tied at 1. The pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Keith providing that catcher's help that the Blue Crabs need. Now with Gustavo Molina on the disabled list. Keith in his 5th professional season. Right comes set. The 0-2 on the way. High and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spent 5 seasons Keith did in the Tampa Bay Rays organization after being signed as an undrafted free agent out of the University of Southern California in 2011. Walton the lead at first, Rosa the lead at second. The 1-2. Down and in. A nice sliding block by Cross, ranging to his right, smothering it between his legs. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfielders shade towards right center. The 2-2 on the way. Swinging a fly ball along the left field line, medium depth. Young ranging over to his right. Delwin back towards the corner. It's over his head. It bounces fair right there in the corner. Around third, Rosa. He will score. Here's the throw to third. Too late. Walton slides in feet first safely. Delwin Young misplaying that ball very badly. He almost overran it, and it went right over his head, over his glove. Bounced on the track about 3 feet fair near that corner, which is 310 down the left field line, and it's, I would think, a double, and I get confirmation it is an RBI double for Keith Castillo. His first RBI as a Blue Crab, and Southern Maryland taking a 2-1 lead. 1 out, and runners are at second and third. And so now I get a scoring change that it is actually an error on Delwin Young. So no double, but an error on Delwin Young. Here's Casey Frawley, second and third. The first offering is a swing and a miss. Rosa, who started this rally with a 1-out walk, he scored all the way from second. Scored all the way from second. I thought maybe he was at third. I got confused. Anyway, runners at second and third, infielders up. The pitch on the way. Frawley swings and grounds it foul. Outside of third, past the jumping Jeremy Owens, getting out of the way, skipping rope over there, the third base coach. And it's 0-2 to Frawley, who struck out swinging his first time. Walton's at third, Castillo at second. Watsky on deck. Here's the set. The pitch on the way. Low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Frawley with his first home run here at Regency Furniture Stadium last night. Hitting .220 here at home, coming into the game as compared to just .259, or I should say as compared to .259, which is better. He's hit better on the road. He has more home runs on the road at 4, 18 RBIs, more RBIs on the road, 10 here at home. Here's a line drive, left field, a base hit. He'll have RBI number 11. Walton scores from third. Castillo held at third. Casey Frawley with an RBI single, and the Blue Crabs take a 3-1 lead. #29th RBI of the year for Casey overall. And here is Grant Zawatsky. Grant struck out swinging his first time up back in the third. Blue Crabs have gotten him at right here. He's 6'4", 270-pounder from Waco, Texas. Southern Maryland looking to win game 1 of this 4-game series. Watsky in there right side. Runners at the corners with 1 out. 5 hits for Southern Maryland. And the first offering, a breaking ball missing high and inside for ball 1. Fred Lewis is on deck. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul off to the right. And out of play. Rosa with a walk with 1 out. Jamar Walton then singled to put runners at first and second. Keith Castillo reached second base on an error by the left fielder. Delwyn Young misplaying it, overrunning the fly ball near the corner. Called strike on the next offering over the inner third. And then Jamar was knocked in by Casey Frawley. RBI single. 1 out. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Cross a smothering block ranging to his right. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, for a corner outfielder, in the case of Delwyn Young, that's a tough play, and I'll tell you why, because those fly balls are always slicing away from you. And being a corner outfielder, you probably, at the professional level, you know that. And I just think he overran that and underestimated, or maybe I should say overestimated, how much it was actually going to slice away from him. The 2-2. Swing and a pop foul. Right side. I think that's really what happened right there, because, you know, it's not hard to see the baseball tonight. It's a clear sky up above. Again, I don't think he had problems seeing the baseball. He got a good jump on it. He just overran it. Here's a quick pickoff throw to first, and Frawley diving back in head first safely. Blue Crabs a 3-1 lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Fred Lewis is the next scheduled hitter. One out, the 2-2. Swing and a line drive, left center field deep. Almonte going back, it's over his head, and it bounces onto the track and rolls into the alleyway in left center field. Castillo scores. Around third, Frawley. He will score without a throw. Stepping on the plate, and in the second base standing, Grant Zawatsky with a 2-run double. And the Blue Crabs take a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. They've now scored 4 runs here in the inning. Watsky with his second double of the year. RBIs number 1 and 2 for Grant, who right now is swinging a pretty good bat. Last night, he was 2 for 2 coming off the bench with 2 singles, and here tonight he's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, knocking in Castillo from third and Frawley all the way from first. And Casey with that good speed coming around the base paths. And now training staff is out looking here at Grant, who might have went into second base a little bit funny here as he's walking out towards the outfield grass trying to stretch something out. Community Bank of the Chesapeake serves the Tri-County with personal service, financial solutions while building warm and meaningful relationships. Get to know what they have to offer today. Log on to www.cbtc.com. That's www.cbtc.com or call 888-745-2265. So Zawatsky seems to be okay. Good piece of hitting by him. He laced that baseball into left center field right over the head of Almonte, who was going back and angling slightly to his right. That's one of the deepest parts of the park, right there to left center field. Just to the left of that 12-foot high fence. Lewis the batter. Fred takes a called strike right down the heart of the plate at the knees. 1 out of 2 with a single and a run scored. He also has a stolen base here tonight. 7th batter to come to the plate here in the inning. The 0-1. Out wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good inning for the Blue Crabs. Hitting with runners in scoring position. Taking advantage of that error by Delwyn Young in left. And they lead it 5-1. And now Wright steps off, spins, and fakes the throw to second. And Zawatsky diving back in, head first safely. Nobody was covering, but he got the uniform dirty. That's always a good thing. 1 out. Right in the middle of the rubber, staring in at his catcher, Kelly Cross. Comes set. Here's the kick and the pitch. In the dirt, and Cross with the block. Using the chest protector to keep it in front. And Kelly here has been busy tonight. He's had to block a couple of breaking balls from Matt Wright, the veteran. And remember, Kelly, as I told you, was a late insertion into the lineup tonight. Anton DeJesus, who tied the game back in the bottom of the third, is waiting to hit next. The pitch. Cut on, a foul tip off the mid of cross as it caroms to the backstop. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blue Crabs looking for more here. Burris is pitching very well, but more and more runs, always a good thing. The 2-2. Up high, full count. Fred tonight sporting the lime green undershirt with the lime green batting gloves. We haven't seen that look from him in a while. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a broken bat. Flair back to right. He knocks it down. Picks it up on the right side of the infield on the grass and flips it underhand to first. And you can hear that crack of the bat from all the way up here. Lewis breaking his bat as he got jammed on that fastball on the inner half. Here's Anton DeJesus. Zawatsky did not even move from second base. He thought Wright might have caught it. He saw that it dropped, and really, at that point, there was no point in even trying to even get off second base and take a chance. DeJesus 1 out of 2 with the RBI single. Back in the third to tie the game. Blue Crabs a 5-1 lead. 4 runs in here in the fourth. And the first offering is a breaking ball, missing high for ball 1. The 1-0. There's a called strike over the outside corner.
Come on, Blue!
Right from the stretch, the 1-1. Down and in with the breaking ball. 5 runs, 6 hits for Southern Maryland. Big error here right in the middle of this rally by Delwyn Young, the left fielder. Wright steps off the backside of the rubber. That error occurred when Keith Castillo hit a fly ball along the left field line. Landed fair right over the head of Delwyn Young, who misplayed it. 2-1 swing and a pop foul off third. Cross Palmero ranging towards the Blue Crabs dugout, and that one will twist out of play foul. And about 2 rows deep in the seats. Everybody seems to be okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Zach Wilson on deck. DeJesus, the 8th hitter to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th for Southern Maryland. The set, the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball through the hole on the left side. That's a base hit. Zawatsky will limp into third base. Stopping there as the throw comes into the left side. Another hit for the Blue Crabs here in the bottom of the 4th. That's hit number 4 here in the inning. We're at the corners, and here's Zach Wilson, 9th man to come to the plate for Southern Maryland here in the home half of the 4th. Zawatsky was really limping into third base there. Southern Maryland tonight does have Anthony Vega on their bench. Casey Stevenson is sitting this one out because of a possible knee injury. Here's a swing and a foul tip into the mid of cross. He banged a foul ball into his knee last night, on his right knee. He was in a lot of pain throughout the game. I don't think he's available, but we'll see. Hopefully Zawatsky can stay in the game. Inside target, 2 outs, the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball, well hit left center field. Almonte going back, he turns, he looks, and that ball is gone! Right over the wall in left center field. A 3-run shot for Zach Wilson. Home run number 6, RBIs number 29, 30, and 31. And the Blue Crabs continue to score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They've got an 8-1 lead. 8 runs on 8 hits. Here comes Gary Gaetti with bullpen activity down the right field line. This could do it for Matt Wright. Looked like Matt tonight just ran out of gas. Remember, he had 6 strikeouts coming into this half inning, and he is pulled. An orthopedic sports and physical therapy call to the bullpen. 2 outs, the Blue Crabs with an 8-1 lead. 7 runs in here in the bottom of the 4th. This is the East Rapid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Time for an orthopedic sports and physical therapy call to the bullpen. The new pitcher is the left-hander, Corey Van Allen, 6'3", 180-pounder. Corey Van Allen, 4-1 with a 1.73 ERA. 26th game, all out of the bullpen, 26 innings. Opponents are hitting 245 off the left-hander. Matt Wright out of the game. Wright 3 2/3, 5 runs, 7 hits. 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. I should say 8 runs overall on 8 hits. Here's the pitch. Opitz the batter. Left-handed hitter takes a called strike. He's the 10th batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. 7 runs in for the Blue Crabs here in the last of the frame. They've scored 8 unanswered. The 0-1. A called strike. Moments ago, Zach Wilson, a 3-run home run, his 6th homer of the year. He's 2 for 3 here tonight. Watsky de Jesus scoring on that home run to left center field. 8 runs, 8 hits. The 0-2 offering. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Van Allen comes set. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Top of the 7th inning at Bethpage Ballpark. The Bluefish and the Ducks tied at 4 in Long Island on the Blackstone Management out-of-town scoreboard. Top of the 5th at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Patriots and the Barnstormers in Lancaster with a 3-1 lead over Somerset. 2-2 pitch. Out wide, full count. Good to bat by Jake Opitz. And on deck is Jovan Rosa. Bottom of the 5th at Campbell's Field. Revolution a 3-1 lead over the River Sharks. Time called late by Joe Del Balzo, the home plate umpire, after granting it to Jake Opitz. And Allen comes set. 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul, sent back to the screen. 4-0 Phillies with a lead over Atlanta, top of the 3rd in Philadelphia on the Blackstone Management scoreboard. Detroit a 6-0 lead over Baltimore. Detroit 10 hits tonight. Bottom of the 4th, Kansas City a 3-2 lead over Toronto. Blue Jays making some big trades. They picked up Ben Revere today. The payoff pitch. Swinging a foul up the left field side, and that'll get out of play and into the crowd. Bottom of the 4th, the Reds with a 3-2 lead over the Pirates. Each team 4 hits in that game. Jeff Locke pitching tonight for Pittsburgh. Top of the 4th, 2-2 is the score. Padres and the Marlins in Miami. 3-2 pitch to Opitz. Swinging a foul back over the screen and out of play. Rays and the Red Sox tied at 3. Top of the 4th at Fenway Park. 1-0 Mets with the lead over the Nationals. Bottom of the 4th there. Gio Gonzalez pitching tonight for the Nationals. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a drive. Right field. Pretty well hit. Dominguez, though, back on it. Has a beat. And makes a one-hand catch just shy of the track. Blue Crabs, though, 8 unanswered runs, 7 here in the bottom of the 4th. Zach Wilson, a 3-run home run. Overall, they score 7 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 1 error, nobody left on base. Ryan Burrs has a good lead as he heads out there for the top of the 5th. Southern Maryland with an 8-1 lead over Sugar Land on the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Thank you. All right, Dan's going to take down the Courtney on the third base dugout. Announce tonight's Packers bags on the reception. Courtney, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. All right, guys. Tonight's Packer bag winner. They're going to the National Harbor for a night of luxury. Thanks to Blue Crabs and also to the
Yeah.
Tonight's winner is Martha Wilkerson. Martha
Top half of the fifth inning, Southern Maryland, 8 unanswered runs. They've got an 8-1 lead, 8 runs, 8 hits. They scored 1 in the third to tie the game, 7 in the fourth. 7 runs on 5 hits and 1 Skeeters error. Delwyn Young will lead things off. Burris kicks and the lefty deal. A called strike over the outer third. Matt Wright chased from the game. Matt for Sugar Land tonight, 3 2/3. 8 runs, 8 hits, 4 of them earned. Called strike, an off-speed pitch over the inside corner. On the other side, Ryan Burris, 4+ innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. The scoop by Castillo. He tags out Delwyn Young, who is 0 for 2 now tonight. And Burris with 4 strikeouts. Here's the number 6 hitter, Patrick Palmero, the third baseman. Patrick is 1 for 1 with a single back in the second. Struggling in their last 10 games or so, last couple of weeks. Skeeters, as we've mentioned, have lost 6 of the last 7. First offering, a fastball inside, but as a team, they're hitting just .235. They've got just 2 hits tonight off Brian Burris. Brian turns, kicks the 1-0. Swing and a miss. The right-handed hitting Patrick Palmero out in front of that changeup on the outer half. 1-1 is the count. Outfielders play straight away. The windup of the 1-1. Swing and a hot shot back up the middle. Past the diving Opitz. That's in the center, a base hit. Good effort by Jake, the second baseman, diving directly behind the bag. But unable to come up with that one. Hit a little bit too sharply off the bat. Patrick Palmero, good piece of hitting. Third hit of the night for Sugar Land. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Amadio. Zazueta. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his first time. Here's the pitch. There's a called strike. Right-handed hitting, Zazueta. He's been a professional baseball player for 10 years. The 0-1. Swing and a looper out to second. Opitz 3 feet on the outfield grass. Makes a 2-hand catch right behind his second base position. Easy play. That went off the end of the bat. Here's Rennie Ozuna. Rennie 1 for 1 with a single against his former team. Ozuna, in fact, came into the game hitting .375, 3 for 8 against the Blue Crabs this year. Two outs, the pitch. Swing and a foul off to the right and out of play. Rennie actually came into the front office a little bit earlier today to get a package that was sent to him. The 0-1. Called strike. He said hi to everybody. Always smiling. Big smile on his face. Sure happy to be back. But he's having success with the Skeeters, that's for sure. Rennie at .245 overall here this season coming into the game. The 0-2. In the dirt. A nice smothering block by Castillo ranging to his right. 8-1. Blue Crabs have the lead. We're in the top of the fifth. 8 runs on 8 hits. Skeeters 1 run, 3 hits. Palmero at first base taking his lead. He's got just 1 stolen base this year. Burris comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball into shallow right. Lewis coming on. Calls off Opitz. And Fred makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Home half of the fifth. Southern Maryland 8 and Sugar Land 1. This is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, powered by eTrepid. Last of the 5th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. 17th time the Skeeters and the Blue Crabs are meeting here in 2015, and the Blue Crabs with an 8-1 lead. Southern Maryland this year with a 12-4 advantage over Sugar Land. In fact, they're 5-1 here at home against the Skeeters. Ron Rosa leads off. Corey Van Allen, the lefty, deals. Swinging a pop foul back over the screen, out of play. This the second inning of work for Van Allen out of the bullpen. Matt Wright, the starting pitcher, was chased out of the ball game. 3 2/3. 8 runs on 8 hits. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The 0-1. Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Crabs sending 11 men to the plate, batting around. Back in the 4th. Wave and a miss. Pitch on the outer half. Blue Crabs have now batted around 3 times this season. Last time they did it was against Lancaster on May 2nd. Pitch and a swing and a cue shot, dribbler foul, first base side. Still 1-2 here to Rosa, with Jamar Walton waiting to hit next, the DH. Outfielders play straight away. Sky gets darker with every moment passing. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop fly into shallow right center field. Ozuna, the second baseman, calling on the outfield grass. And Rennie makes a 2-hand catch in the gap for out number 1. Established in 2003, Crossroads Hospitality is privately owned and operated. The executive team brings 40 years of experience in hotel management, investment, new development, and profitability. Crossroads Hospitality, located at 11770 Business Park Drive in Waldorf. Crossroads Hospitality, where excellence is standard. Jamar Walton, the batter. The pitch on the way. Taken high for ball 1. Walton's 1 for 2 tonight with a run scored. The pitch outside off the corner. Van Allen set. Here comes a 2-0. Swinging a fly ball. Left center, shallow. Young coming in from left. Dellin makes the catch. Base is empty with 2 outs. Here's Keith Castillo. Rangers lead the Giants right now, 2-1. Top of the second inning there in Texas. Top of the second, Arizona, Houston scoreless at Minute Maid Park. Castillo will turn around, back from the right side. Pitch on the way. Swung on, popped him up. Right side of the infield. Ozuna, the second baseman, calling at his position. Makes the catch. That does it. 3 pop-outs by the Blue Crabs. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Good inning of work for Corey Van Allen. Let's go to the 6th. The Blue Crabs, an 8-1 lead over the Skeeters. You're listening to the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
The Blue Crabs would also like to offer the following sponsor attendance. When you hear your groups name, give us a yell. The Maryland Moderator. Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. Southern Maryland Rehabilitation Center. All participants in our neighborhood picnic in the pavilion tonight. John Youth Center. All our readers in attendance tonight. And the Southern Maryland Real Estate Network. Celebrating the Gamar Suites. Construction Unlimited. Charles County.
No way.
Southern Maryland newspaper.
He's so annoying.
The
Oh my God. He opened up his jersey. Oh man.
Thanks for coming out tonight. We hope you're enjoying tonight's ball.
Top half of the 6th inning. Brian Burrs ready to work. As the Blue Crabs are up 8-1, 8 runs on 8 hits. Skeeters 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. Southern Maryland looking to win game 1 of this 4-game series. Kelly Cross to lead things off, 9-1-2. Cross, Almonte, and Dominguez. Kelly grounding into a 2-6-3 double play. His first time up, a swinging bunt that was beaten right into the ground. And Castillo picked it up, threw down to second for 1, and the throw to first was in time. Burst into the line, the lefty fires. Swinging a dribbler towards third, charging Zawatsky. Bare hands, cut of the grass. Slings it on to first, low, but picked out of the dirt on the backhand by Zach Wilson in time to get Kelly Cross. Nice play on both ends. We've seen Zach Wilson do that a couple of times here this season. When he's had to pick him out of the dirt, he's always come through. 5-3 on the putout. Nicely done. Here's Denny Almonte. Denny walking, stealing a base and scoring a run in the first, and he flew out to center in the third. He's got an open stance on the left side. Listed as a switch hitter, but bats left against Brian Burrs. There's a full moon in the sky. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. What a beautiful night here tonight. Lights are on, just a clear sky up above. Picture perfect evening. A lot better than last night. It's certainly a lot less humid as well. You love days like this in the summer. 1-0. Swing and a miss. You know, Almonte came into the game hitting a 201. And the Skeeters were really expecting a lot out of him coming into the year, but that batting average, by the way, 1-1. The called strike. It's so low that it's the lowest in the Freedom Division, and you don't expect that from a guy like Denny Almonte. Very good athlete, good speed out there in center. He can run down the fly balls, the 1-2. Out wide, he can certainly hit. He's proven that in the past. Almonte 6'2", 205 pounds, but right now he is just in really what is a season-long slump. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncer to first. Wilson fielding it, hugging the line, directly behind the bag, flips it overhand to first with Burris covering, and Almonte out by a step and a half. 3-1 on the putout. 2 outs, nobody on base. Blue Crabs up 8-1 here in the top of the 6th, and the batter will be Jeff Dominguez. Jeff's 0 for 2. He went 5 for 14 against Camden with a home run and 3 RBIs in the last series for the Skeeters. The pitch. There's a called strike at the knees. Drafted by the Seattle Mariners in the 9th round of the 04 draft from Puerto Rico Baseball Academy. The 0-1. Down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Made as high as the AAA level with Mariners in 2005, and then again in 2010 and 2012. 1-1. Out wide, 2 balls and 1 strike. Last year spent 2014 with Somerset playing in 56 games. Spent 2013 with the Skeeters. Signed with Sugar Land on July 28th of this year. There's a 2-1 down and in. Sugar Land trying to pick up another bat to pick up for that offense. Dominguez came into the game hitting .385, off to a pretty good start, and just signed a few days ago. He has struck out twice here tonight. 2 outs, nobody on base. 8-1 Blue Crabs. The pitch on the way. Swung on, bounced foul to the backstop. Burris on the third base edge, turns, kicks, and the payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball wide of third. A step to his left, Zawatsky picks it up Fires it across to first. A chest-high throw to Wilson in time for out number 3. Burris induces 3 ground outs. Skeeters down in order to the middle of the 6th. And Southern Maryland with an 8-1 lead over Sugar Land. You're listening to the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Oh, hey now. What are you all angry about? What's the matter with you? You got ejected, didn't you? Yeah. Is that why you're so upset? Right. Well, you got to be a little bit more respectful to oh my, okay. Who gave you that? Because we should not have given you that pinch. You know, I remember, you're welcome. I remember earlier today you tried to knock the food out of my hand. You remember that? You don't remember that, do you? You do, right? Was that nice? No, it wasn't nice. You think it's funny, don't you? You do. You like seeing me miserable, don't you? Yeah, I know you do. So that's why you're trying to swap me with that thing. But you love me, though. You do, right? Okay, now here's what I want you to do. Oh, thanks, buddy. Your hand is not as clammy as usual. Here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to hide from the umpires so they don't kick you out of the ballpark because they did eject you from the game, right? Yeah. You don't want to get in trouble, right? I'm looking out for you, buddy, like always, because we're boys. Even though you tried to knock the food out of my hand and you keep swatting with that thing, okay? Go over there and swat over there. All right, brother, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
The right-hand pitcher, number 10, James Clark.
Blue Crabs with an 8-1 lead, and the new pitcher is the right-hander, James Parr. Corey Van Allen is finished, did his job. Out of the bullpen, Matt Wright started, 3 2/3, 8 runs, 8 hits. And now it's James Parr after Corey Van Allen pinches back. And he scared me with that fly. He's back, now he's in the booth. He was just outside the booth in between innings. And he's scaring me with that fly swatter. He just got me with it, now he's running out. Of course, typical pinch. We shouldn't have given him that. Casey Frawley leads off. Here's the pitch. Swinging a drive, deep left field, well hit, hooking towards the pole. It's fair and gone. Casey Frawley. Solo home run, he wraps it around the pole. Second consecutive night that he is homered. He's got 2 hits tonight. And the Blue Crabs have a 9-1 lead. Casey Frawley starting to swing and hot bat once again. Right there with good production at the bottom of the order. Home run number 6 on the year. Here's Grant Zawatsky. Good start for the Blue Crabs here in the bottom of the 6th. Not so much for James Parr coming out of the bullpen. Parr 1-2 on the season coming into this outing. 5.02 ERA. That's going to go up a little bit. 28 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents hitting 286 off. Now Craig Maddox will be. Zawatsky is called back to the dugout. A wind up in the pitch. Taken low for ball 1. Zawatsky, remember, was limping a little bit back in the 4th inning when he went into second base after a 2-run double. Here's a breaking ball missing high. And it's 2-0 here to Craig Maddox, who is hitting at .241, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. The pitch on the way. Swinging a pop foul out of play towards the third base side. Southern Maryland with 9 hits here tonight, 9 runs to show for it, looking to win game 1 of this 4-game series. Game 2 tomorrow, and then game 3 on Sunday, game 4 on Monday, and then they've got an off day before heading to Bridgeport. Right now in the middle of a 7-game homestand. The pitch, cut on, foul tip, right into the mitt of Cross. And it's 2-2. James Parr with a pretty good fastball. He also has a slider as well. 6'1", 190-pounder from Celebration, Florida. Beautiful little town. About 10 minutes or so from Orlando, Florida. Little touristy town. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Maddox, 1 away. I can tell you that Celebration, Florida is a beautiful town, especially around the holidays. They actually create fake snow, and it's a little snow machine that drops snow from one of the top of the buildings on the main streets. And the kids like to go, and obviously it doesn't snow ever in Florida. And they get that opportunity to see somewhat of a white Christmas. It's really pretty during the holidays. Lewis, the batter, takes a called strike. Actually, there's a big Christmas tree, too, that is right outside of Main Street. And it hovers just outside a little lake. The 0-1, down and in. If you ever have a chance to go, it is certainly a beautiful town. A must-see, if you will. That's where James is from. Celebration, Florida. 1-1. Lewis swings and fouls it back to the screen. Fred, the leadoff hitter, 1 for 3 tonight with a stolen base and a run scored. Blue Crabs a 9-1 lead. They've scored 9 unanswered runs. 1 in the fourth, 1 in the third rather, 7 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. The 1-2. Breaking ball missing high. The windup, the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball along the left field line, slicing foul. Up the left field side and out of play. Antone DeJesus on deck. He's had a good night. 2 hits in his return. This is the kind of game that Southern Maryland really is needed offensively. As I mentioned before, .223 batting average their last 5 games. Full moon in the sky up above. Gorgeous night. Lewis, left-handed batter. Parr, the right-hander, trying to get on the same page with his catcher Cross as he steps off the backside of the rubber. Outfielders shaded towards right center field. Here's the windup. The 2-2 offering. In the dirt, and it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Wright chased from the game after 3 2/3. 8 runs on 8 hits. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Wind up the 3-2. Swinging a line drive, wrapped into right. A base hit. Good piece of hitting by Fred Lewis. Turned on a fastball in the inner half, and he's 2 for 4 here tonight. 1 out base runner for Antone DeJesus, who, as I mentioned, has had a good night in his return. 2 for 3 with an RBI game-tying single in the third and a single in the fourth, scoring a run. Antone batting in the number 2 spot. Batting average coming into the night at 190. That's going to climb to above 200 here, I would think, after this game is completed. He's got 2 hits here tonight. Open stance left side. 1 out, the pitch. A called strike over the outer third. Lewis the lead at first. He's not being held on by Dykstra. 1 out, the set, the 0-1. Swinging a pop foul, back over the screen and out of play. Landing above us onto the roof. Now comes back down into the lower bowl. Nothing in 2 to Antone DeJesus. Antone activated today off the disabled list. Just about 2 months with a broken foot. And it was just a bone in his foot, but it caused him to miss 2 months. 0-2 swing and a foul back to the screen. He's been working out the last couple of days with hitting coach Jeremy Owens. Taking some fly balls as well, trying to feel out some things with his body physically. He was cleared by the doctor. Now he's just trying to get back into game shape. I think he's on his way. 2 hits tonight. Fastball in the next offering misses high. 1-2. On deck, Zach Wilson. Here's the set. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ball hooked in the air, foul up the the right field side and out of play. Nine to 1, Blue Crabs have the lead. 1 in the third, 7 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. 9 runs on 10 hits. Remember just a couple of days ago, on Wednesday against York, that morning game, they had just 2 hits over on 6 base runners. 1-2 pitch, high and away, 2-2. Cubs and the Brewers tied at 1 in the bottom of the second inning in Milwaukee. The Yankees a big 6-0 lead over the White Sox. I don't think they're very intimidated by all the moves that Toronto has made, trying to make that playoff push. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Change up, Antone out in front. And there is 2 down. That's 2 strikeouts here in the inning for James Park. Here's Zach Wilson. Zach's had a good night at the plate. He singled in the first and hit a 3-run home run in that 7-run fourth. Again, the Blue Crabs sent 10 men to the plate in the fourth. That was their big inning tonight. They have scored 9 unanswered runs. Carlos Rondon, by the way, is pitching tonight for the White Sox, not having only by the scoreboard a very good outing. Here's the pitch. Wilson swings and pushes it foul on a line off to the right and out of play. 1-0 Seattle, bottom of the third in Minnesota. Twins 53 and 48. Mariners 47 and 57. Bottom of the second, 2-0 St. Louis with the lead over Colorado. In St. Louis, Cardinals 65 and 37 on the year. 2 outs, the pitch. Slider outside. Later on, 9:35 start between the Indians and the Athletics. Indians 47 and 54. Oakland 45 and 58. Jeff Salazar throwing tonight for Cleveland. 8 and 6, 3.72 ERA. 1-1. There's a strike. No! Kendall Graveman throwing for Oakland. 6 and 7, 4.13 ERA. And then a 10-10 start for the Angels and the Dodgers. Dodgers 57 and 45. Angels 55 and 46. Zach Greinke tonight for the Angels, 9 and 2, 1.37 ERA. Hector Santiago for the Angels, 7 and 4, 2.43 ERA on the Blackstone management. Out of town scoreboard. Here is a looper off third, hooking foul and into the crowd. Out of play, about 5 rows deep in the seats. Wilson getting jammed, broke his bat, and he'll get a new piece of lumber. Bridgeport's just taken a 5-4 lead over Long Island at Bethpage Ballpark. That game in the bottom of the 8th. Bridgeport needing that win because right now they're half game outs behind Somerset in the Liberty Division. Patriots down 4-2 to the Barnstormers in the top of the 7th. The Barnstormers, they're the real deal here in the second half. The Crabs will see them in late August, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Outside target. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a dribbler foul up the third base side. Two outs. Lewis the lead at first, not being held on. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts in the inning for Parr. Blue Crabs get a run on a Casey Frawley solo home run. And at the end of 6 innings of play. Southern Maryland 9, Sugar Land 1. You're listening to the intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Casey's also been 308 in his last 5 games.
Top half of the 7th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Packed house here tonight for game 1 of a 4-game series between the Sugar Land Skeeters and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And it's been all Blue Crabs for the most part here tonight. They've got a 9-1 lead. Defensive replacement, Craig Maddox takes over, now playing third base for Grant Zawatsky, who exits the game. He was limping a little bit earlier on. He has left the game, but he had a good night at the plate. Grant did. Went 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. Brian Burris, another inning of work. Number 7, here's the pitch. And a fastball missing outside to Chris Wallace. 3-4-5, Wallace, Dykstra, and Young due up. Pitch on the way. In tight, and that got a piece of Wallace on his front left leg. He tried to get out of the way. And went down to the dirt. And he seems to be okay. He takes off the shin guard. He'll jog down to first. He's a leadoff base runner. Here's Alan Dykstra. Burris has retired 9 of the last 11 batters he's faced. With all this hitting tonight, we haven't talked much about Brian. The pitch. In tight for ball 1. Burris in his last start, as we mentioned, pitched very well. 7 innings against Somerset, picking up the win back on the 26th. Next offering is inside, and it's 2-0. And if he were to win here tonight, which I don't see why he wouldn't, up 9-1, it'd be his 2nd straight win, his first winning streak of the season. 2-0. Inside, another fastball. Now he's having some control issues here in the 7th. He hit Wallace. Dykstra, who's 0 for 2, ahead in the count 3-0. Allen batting from the left side. 3 men on the right side of the infield. 3-0. Inside, 4-pitch walk to Allen. Burris with 2 walks issued here tonight as compared to 4 strikeouts. He's allowed just 1 run on 3 hits. The Skeeters scoring all the way back in top of the 1st on a sacrifice fly by Chris Wallace, but that's been it for the most part offensively. Here's Delwyn Young, who is 0 for 2. Burris leaning at the waist, runners at first and second. Skeeters have a long way to go to come back in this ball game. And now time is asked for and granted by home plate umpire Joe Del Balzo. Keith Castillo out to talk with Burris here. Delwyn Young, guy who in Steven Strasburg debuted back in 2010 while Young was with the Pirates, hit a home run over the wall in right center field off of Steven. I was actually at a ball game, I think it was July 4th weekend in 2010, the first season of Steven Strasburg in the Nationals uniform. And Steven, up to that point, had pitched beautifully. First offering, a swing and a dribbler foul outside of third. And so I went to that game at Nationals Park, and it was a beautiful day. Just a gorgeous summer day right here in this area, in fact. And Steven didn't pitch very well. In fact, he only went 4 1/3 innings that day against the Mets. It was a really exciting game. The Nationals walked off that day. It was a Saturday late afternoon ball game. 0-1, down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. But it was fun watching Steven Strasburg pitch in what was, at the time, his 4th career start. The 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball wide of third, out of the range of Maddox into left. That's a base hit. Everybody moves up a base as Wallace is held at third. 4th hit of the game for the Skeeters. They've got something going here in the top of the 7th. While the Blue Crabs have 9 runs on 10 hits, Skeeters have 1 run on 4 hits, committing an error back in that 7-run bottom of the 4th. They've got the bases loaded now, though. A chance to try to chip away off Brian Burris and come back in this game. Here's Patrick Palmero, who's 2 for 2. 1 Blue Crabs lead. The pitch called strike. There's that breaking ball, which has been on point tonight from Brian. Guy who spent 6 seasons at the major league level with 3 different clubs: Baltimore, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. Outside target. Now an 0-1. just missed a little bit outside. '14th professional season for Bryan, a former 31st round draft pick by the San Francisco Giants in the 2000 draft from Mount Hood Community College. Bases loaded, the 1-1 offering. Swinging a foul back to the screen. There's some stirring in the bullpen right now. Remember last night, Santos pitched, Epley pitched, and Hamrin pitched. 7th inning, 8th inning, and closer for Southern Maryland last night. We'll see who's available tonight. I don't think it would be the same guys, though the score will probably dictate that. It is 9-1 Blue Crabs. Burris steps off the backside of the rubber. He'll deal 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Palmero. From the stretch. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 5 strikeouts for Brian Burris. It's a big out. Now a ground ball could get the Blue Crabs out of this jam. Amedio Zazueta, the shortstop, will be the next hitter. He is 0 for 2 in the game, grounding into a 4-6-3 double play in the second. And he popped out to Opitz out at second base back in the 5th. Right-handed batter, here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. Burris with the pants rolled up to the knees, showing off the dark blue socks here tonight. Ryan, the tall 6'6", 215-pound left-hander, born in Brooklyn, New York. Pitch on the way. And there's a called strike at the belt. 1-1. 9-1 is the score. Blue Crabs have the lead. 1 in the 3rd inning, 7 in the 4th. Sent 10 men to the plate in that inning, and then 1 in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Swinging a looper, foul off first behind the bag. That'll twist out of play into the crowd. One ball and 2 strikes. Of course, as always, we thank you for listening on the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network and watching on the YouTube side of things as well. Game 2 tomorrow. The first pitch will be at 6:35 on the first day of August. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brian Burris. All of this with the bases loaded. Wallace was hit by a pitch. He's at 3rd. Dykstra walked. He's at 2nd. Young singled. He's at 1st. Palmero and Zazueta, victims of the strikeout. 2 away, and Burris 1 out away from working out of this jam. First, he has to get through his former teammate, Rennie Ozuna. Not an easy task. Ozuna, right-handed hitter. Straightaway stance. Bat parallel to the ground above his right shoulder. First offering. Misses in the dirt. Steele with the block using the chest protector. Threw off the mask just to make sure that all the runners stayed put. And it's 1-0. Right now, from where I'm standing, Trey Barham is loosening down the left field line in the Southern Maryland bullpen. Burris leaning at the waist with the ball behind the back, comes set. The pitch on the way. Swinging a bouncer foul of 3rd. Burris has thrown 94 pitches up to this point. This will probably be the last inning for the left-hander, who went 7 innings in his last start against Somerset. Outfielders shade towards right center, the 1-1. Check swing and a strike. Ozuna going too far around. That went a little bit more than a half swing. In fact, it was almost like a 3/4 swing. Fooled on that fastball, maybe expecting something else. It's 1-2 with the bases loaded. Burris comes set. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, bouncer foul to the backstop. And for Brian, his inning swan song, at least here in this ball game in the 7th. And I say that because he is now approaching 100 pitches. He has done, in my opinion, more than enough here tonight. A great job by the left-hander. 1-2. Swinging a fly ball. Medium depth right. Lewis there. Makes a one-hand grab, and that'll do it for the Skeeters. They leave the bases loaded. Hit by a pitch, a walk, a single, nobody out. A chance to score, then Bryan striking out Palmero, Zazueta, and getting Ozuna to fly out to right. And that ends the rally for the Skeeters. Stretch time, bottom of the 7th here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Southern Maryland 9, Sugar Land 1. You're listening to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, presented by E-Trepid. Great job by Brian Burris here tonight, and if he is finished, he is certainly in line for the win. He's deserved it. 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Skeeters leaving the bases loaded in the top of the 7th. We move to the bottom of the frame here in the 7th inning. 9-1, Blue Crabs have the lead, looking to win game 1 of this 4-game series. Jake Opitz will lead things off. It'll be 4, 5, 6. Opitz, Rosa, and Walton. James Parr, 2nd inning of work. Matt Wright, the starter, chased out of the game after 3 2/3. 8 runs, 8 hits. Corey Van Allen out of the bullpen. Now it's Parr. James, first base edge of the rubber, kicks and fires. Inside with a breaking ball at the belt. Lined up in the 1-0. Inside. Same spot. Fastball, 2-0. James drafted by the Atlanta Braves in the 4th round of the 04 draft out of La Cueva High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 2-0. Inside the knees, now it's 3-0. Last year, split between Gary South Shore Railcats and Bridgeport here in the Atlantic League. 3-0 on the way. There's a called strike at the belt. Good hitters count. Here comes the 3-1. Swinging a foul back. Right over the screen. It's over our heads, full counts. Barr turns, kicks, and the payoff. Cut on, foul tip, held by Cross. A good job by James to come back. Down 3-0 in that count. Opitz is down on strikes. He's 0 for 4 tonight. That's 10 strikeouts tonight for Sugar Land pitching. Here's Jovan Rosa. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Back in the 4th. Southern Maryland 9 runs on 10 hits, a run in the third, 7 in the fourth, sending 10 men to the plate, and 1 in the sixth. The pitch from Parr. Swinging a foul back over the screen. Now, Blue Crabs tonight have only left 3 runners on base. In their last 3 games coming into play tonight, they've left just 14 runners on base and come into the evening having left 622 runners on base in total. That's the second lowest mark in the Atlantic League. Now, remember, opening night against Somerset, 14 hits, 15 runners left on. That was an ugly statistic back on April 24th. Here's a breaking ball missing high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bar into the wind. Here comes a 1-1. There's a called strike over the outside corner. I hate to get off on a tangent here, but I look at this Blue Crabs roster and even this batting order here. Lewis, DeJesus, Wilson, Opitz, Walton, Frawley. I mean, Maddox now in the game. These are guys that have been here since the beginning. The turnover, and I've mentioned this for the Blue Crabs, has not been as huge as other teams. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rosa. Back-to-back strikeouts for Parr. And there's 2 down. And I say that because, you know, I mean, you look at some other teams, like the Lancaster Barnstormers, who have had a lot of success here in the second half and currently winning tonight. But, I mean, you look at them as a club, they have had a lot of changes. We just saw York. They have had 104 transactions on the year. Walton, left-handed batter, takes low and inside. And, I mean, for the Blue Crabs, not as many as other teams. But the guys who have come in have done well. They've been very successful. The pitch up high, 2-0. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back to the screen. The windup and the pitch on the way. Up high. Steele's on deck. Grabs 51 wins on the year, one of 3 teams with 50-plus wins. 2 outs, up 9-1, bottom 7. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count. Three-two on the way. Swinging a foul. A flare off to the left. That'll get out of play. And we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Wright chased from this game, 3 2/3, 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Three-two pitch. Swinging a looper. Out behind second. And Ozuna to his right. He slides and makes a 2-hand catch. Not sure he really needed to go into the slide, but Rennie, against his former team, making that catch directly behind the bag. A foot on the outfield grass, and that'll do it. We head to the 8th. The Crabs up 9-1. This is the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
We have the blue moon. We won't see another blue moon until 2018. All the songs tonight are
We head to the top of the 8th inning. A nice fireworks show up above. That has just gotten completed. We don't have bad smoke either. It was a great show, by the way. Excellent show here tonight. Blue Crabs up 9-1. Top of the 8th inning. Brian Burris, another inning of work. So I guess I was wrong. I thought that he was going to be finished, but he's going right back out there. Burris, 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. 9-1-2, Kelly Cross will be the first hitter due up. Skeeters have lost 6 of their last 7. It's been an up and down season for Sugar Land in terms of winning streaks and losing streaks. They had a winning streak from the 6th to the 14th of June. That 10-game winning streak almost caught Southern Maryland in the standings. Here's the pitch. High and away. Also gone on 3 to 4 game losing streaks and then 6 to 7 game losing streaks. That 10-game winning streak, though, almost caught the Blue Crabs in the standings in the first half. There's a called strike. Southern Maryland was able to break away. A recent 6-game losing streak by Sugar Land from the 23rd to the 29th. That was the second longest, by the way, in team history. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Cross tonight is 0 for 2. Burris on the third base edge of the rubber. Turns, kicks, and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 7 Ks on the night for Brian Burris. 1 out for Denny Almonte. This is probably some of the most confidence that Brian has exuded out there on the mound this year. He looks so comfortable on the rubber. Throwing a lot of strikes here tonight. He's got 7 strikeouts. He's walked just 2 guys, allowing a run on 4 hits. And a swing and a miss on the first offering. A high fastball Almonte chased. Denny 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. Skeeters only run back in the top of the first. The 0-1. Up and in with the breaking ball, straightening up Almonte. Trey Barham loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. The pitch. Low and outside. Full moon up above in this clear sky. Great night for baseball. The 2-1. Check swing. And on the appeal, no swing. Third base umpire Donald Mayer with the call. 3-1. Three-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive, right center field. Lewis over to his right in the gap, and Fred makes an easy 2-hand catch at the brim of the cap. Here's Jeff Dominguez, who is 0 for 3. If Burris were to complete this inning, it'd be his longest outing of the year. It would be 8 innings. The pitch. Dominguez takes a called strike. Jeff switch hitter batting from the right side. The longest outing for Brian Burris this year, 7 2/3, back on the 21st of July against Bridgeport. Deals a fastball outside. It's 1-1. Blue Crabs batting around here tonight. 7 runs back in the 4th. 1-1. Swing and a miss. They sent 10 men to the plate. Overall, 7 runs on 5 hits. In fact, all their 9 runs unanswered tonight. 1 in the 3rd, 7 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. The 1-2. Way outside. 2-2. Burris at this point over 100 pitches. But he's a veteran, and up to this point in the season, if you're Stan Clyburn, why not let him go? If he feels good, hey, going out there for the 8th, 2-2. Swinging a dribbler foul at the plate. It's not like it's a ridiculous amount of pitches that he's thrown here. He's feeling comfortable, which apparently he is tonight. I mean, he's got 7 strikeouts. He's allowed just 4 hits. Let him go out there and throw. He's hitting his spots. His fastball looks great tonight. Breaking ball, change up. Both have been on point. 2-2. Swinging a looper. Out towards shallow center. That's down for a base hit. 5th hit of the night for the Skeeters. Here's Chris Wallace. Here comes Stan Clyburn. We'll have a pitching change. Brian Burris will most likely, I would think, get a standing ovation from his packed house here tonight at Regency Furniture Stadium. Deservedly so, by the way. Great performance tonight by Brian Burris. Clyburn takes the baseball. Fans begin to rise as one, and Brian Burris leaves to a nice ovation. Trey Barham, the new pitcher, coming into the game. The Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy called to the bullpen. A runner on with 2 outs for the Skeeters here in the top of the 8th. Southern Maryland 9, Sugar Land 1. This is the intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. The Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy called to the bullpen. The new pitcher, Trey Barham, the left-hander. Trey 0-1, 3.03 ERA. This is 27th game, 32 2/3 innings, 26 hits, 13 runs, 11 of them earned, 15 walks, 28 strikeouts. On relief for Brian Burris. 7 2/3 tonight for Brian, 1 run, 4 hits. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He is in line for his 5th win of the year. Chris Wallace, the batter, the only RBI tonight for the Skeeters. Right-handed batter. The pitch. High and away. 9-1, Blue Crabs have the lead. Top of the 8th, 2 down. The runner at first, Dominguez, he's singled. He's not being held on by Wilson. 1-0. Down the way, 2-0. Barham has done a nice job out of the bullpen. As of late, he has not allowed runs since June 19th. He was back against Camden. That's been 11 appearances. The 2-0. High and away. Now it's 3-0. When he throws strikes, he's very effective, but when he misses with his pitches and misses his spots, gets himself into some trouble. The outfielders play straight away. Now a 3-0 pitch. And there's a called strike with a fastball. Over the outer third, 3-1. Still a good hitter's count here for Chris Wallace, who's 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI, and he was hit by a pitch. 3-1. Swing and a miss. And a fastball right on the outside corner. Full count. And with 2 outs, the runner at first, Dominguez, will be off. Not being held on by Wilson. Runner goes, 3-2. Swinging a foul, back to the screen. Runner goes, payoff pitch. High and away. Wallace on base for the second time tonight. First and second, here's Alan Dykstra. And the runner at second base, the responsibility of Brian Burris. Dykstra's 0 for 2 with a walk. Left-handed batter. Farm set, here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. Dykstra here this season was called to the bigs April 8th of this year. And he had a 3-run home run off Adam Warren of the Yankees. He was called to the big leagues by the Tampa Bay Rays. And in his debut, at his first home run of his career. There's a called strike on the next offer. That, to me, is something that he will remember for the rest of his life. Guy who was a former first-round draft pick by the San Diego Padres in 08 out of Wake Forest University. The 0-2. Check swing. On the appeal, did he go? He did not. Running to third base umpire Donald Mayer, but it's close. It'll be a 1-2, 2 outs, the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. Good work by Trey Barb out of the bullpen. Move to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Crabs with a 9-1 lead. This is the intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
A 110-year-old long-lived sunrise. Head to CapitalMarineMuseum.com for more information. All right, we're going to send it down to the third base side of the stadium. You got to be a pretty precise newspaper boy or girl, getting the paper exactly on the front stoop, Ron on the Sportsnet Blue Crew. That was specially tested and test there at the Southern Maryland newspaper carrier across Ron Louisiana.
Crabs up 9-1, bottom of the 8th. They're hoping that this is their last at bat here tonight. The new pitcher, right-hander Adrian Martin. Martin 3-2, 5.61 ERA. 28th game, 25 2/3 innings pitch. Opponents hitting .305 off the right-hander. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order: Keith Castillo, Casey Frawley, and Craig Maddox. At Capital Area Orthopedics Associates, their mission is to deliver quality care to families and individuals. They strive to help every patient understand their trauma, disorder, or disease, as well as providing available options to treat their medical problems. At Capital Area Orthopedic Associates, their primary focus is taking care of the patient. Call 301-392-3330 or visit capitalareaortho.com. Keith Castillo, switch hitter, batting from the left side to lead things off. He's 0 for 3 in the game in his Blue Crabs debut. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Good velocity there from Adrian Martin, the right-hander. 6 foot, 180 pounder from Tampa, Florida. 10th professional season. Here's the 0-1. Changeup. And that's taken for a called strike, clipping the outside corner. In case you're just joining us, Matt Wright, who's pitching well, was chased from the game after 3 2/3. Next offering, a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Across the block, picks it up, goes into foul territory, and fires a strike down to first. And there is one away. And I say that he was pitching well because at one point he had struck out 3 Blue Crabs in a row. He had 6 strikeouts in the game, but allowed 8 runs on 8 hits. The next hitter, Casey Frawley. He's had a good night at the plate, 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball along the right field line. Dominguez over to his left, crossing into foul ground. That'll slice foul and out of play. A defensive change, a couple of defensive changes. Alan Dykstra is out of the game, and Delwyn Young has moved from left field to first base. We're trying to find out who the left fielder is. Looks like Johan Limonta has taken over in left. Nothing in 1, the count to Frawley. Casey had a solo home run in the 6th. Pitch. A little bit low. Second night in a row, he's home. Taking advantage of that short porch in left, hitting it over the mini monster. That was back in the 6th inning. Singled in a run in the 4th. The 0-1. Swinging a line drive into right center. It's a base hit. Dominguez over to cut it off in the gap. Right fielder throwing it in towards second, and Frawley with a 1-out single. That's 11 here in the game for Southern Maryland. Here's Craig Maddox. 9-1, Blue Crabs are up. And in the top of the 9th inning, Delwyn Young will lead things off for Sugar Land. It'll be Young, Palmero, and Zazueta. Maddox came in as a pinch hitter back in the 6th for Grant Zawatsky, who went 1 out of 2 with a 2-run double in the 4th. Maddox, left-handed hitter with 1 out. The pitch a little bit low with a fastball. Maddox struck out swinging in the 6th. So Southern Maryland with a run in the 3rd, 7 in the 4th, and then 1 in the 6th. 9 unanswered tonight on 11 hits. 1-0. Wave and a miss. Here's the set, the right-hander kicks and fires. A called strike. Martin's fastball looks good here tonight. Adrian does have 6 saves on the season. Last appearance against Lancaster, pitched an inning out of the bullpen. Advanced as high as the AAA level in the Blue Jays organization in 2009. Here's a 1-2. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt, kicks away from Cross towards the grass, and Frawley will take second. They appeal, now they appeal. No swing. Maddox was able to check on a pitch in the dirt. And the third base umpire Donald Mayer with the call. 2-2, 1 out, 9-1 Blue Crabs, bottom of the 8th, and what is possibly their last at bat of the night, I would think, with the way that the offense has been going tonight for the Skeeters. You can make the case. It borders tonight on non-existent. Just 5 hits for Sugar Land. 2-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball to second. Ozuna scoops it on the back edge of the dirt. Fires it on to first. Frawley up to third. A productive out. 2 away. Back to the top of the order and an RBI chance for Fred Lewis. And now Fred will go back to the dugout, and Anthony Vega will be the pinch hitter. Anthony walking to the plate. He's hitting at .276 with a home run and 10 RBIs. Lewis leaves the ball game with 2 singles, 2 for 4, and a run scored. The pitch. There's a strike. Nobody loosening in the Blue Crabs bullpen, so looks like Trey Barham will go out there for another inning of work in the 9th. The 0-1. Fastball tails outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitting Anthony Vega last night. He had the pants rolled up to the knees. Tonight he's got the pants down to the ankles. He's a guy very similar to Anton DeJesus. Hits the ball hard. He can really track him down in the outfield. 1-1. Swung on, dribbled foul on the first base side towards the on-deck circle. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Blue Crabs have lost 5 of their last 7, looking to win game 1 of this series. On their way, up 9-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Crowley the lead at third base and foul ground. Jeremy Owens, the third base coach, in the middle of the coach's box. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Dropped by Cross. Picks it up and fires it down to first for out number 3. Last chance coming up for the Skeeters as the Blue Crabs leave a runner at third base. Top of the 9th, 9-1. Southern Maryland has the lead. This is the E-Trepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Goodness. 3 assists.
Charlotte Hall Veterans Home, celebrating its 30th anniversary, is focused on caring for Maryland's veterans and their spouses in an environment focusing on individualized services to enhance their quality of life. Charlotte Hall Veterans Home provides an assisted living and skilled nursing long-term care facility for Maryland veterans and eligible spouses who are unable to take care of themselves due to their age or disability. Located at 29449 Charlotte Hall Road in Charlotte Hall, Maryland, Charlotte Hall Veterans Home provides top service standards. For more information, call 301-884-8171 or visit www.charhall.org. Delwyn Young leads things off here in the top of the 9th. Blue Crabs up 9-1. Trey Barham's second inning of work. The pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1 to the switch hitting Young, batting from the right side. Delwyn 1 out of 3 tonight. 1-5-1 is the line for the Skeeters. Their run back in the first. The pitch. Swung on, bounced to third, charging Maddox. Gloves it belt high from the grass. Throw to first is low, and Wilson is unable to pick it out of the dirt. Young is safe, a leadoff base runner. See how they score that one? It'll be an error on Craig. First Blue Crabs error of the night.
Third baseman number 6, Patrick Palmero.
Here's Patrick Palmero. Patrick 2 for 3. Good night at the plate, 2 singles. Blue Crabs 9 runs, 11 hits, and now 1 error. 1 run in the third, 7 in the fourth, sending 10 men to the plate, and 1 in the sixth. First offering to Palmero. Misses outside. Patrick, right-handed hitter. Second inning of work here for Barham. Brian Burr, 7 2/3, the left-hander. in line for his 5th win here tonight. The pitch, cut on, foul tip, in and out of the mitt of Castillo. The pitch, down and in. Anthony Vega has taken over in right field. Jesus still in left. Or I should say in center. Rosa's in left. Maddox at third. Raleigh at short. Opens at second. Wilson at first. 2-1. Swinging a bouncer to short. Raleigh charges. He gloves. Flips to second for one. Opens his turn on to first. And it's in time. 6-4-3 double play. As always, they make it look pretty. 2 outs, nobody on base. Send the Skeeters down to their final out. And a reminder coming up after the ball game. It'll be the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. Hope you join us for that. 9-1 is the score. Blue Crabs have the lead. The batter is Zazueta. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. And there is a called strike over the outside corner.
Go ahead.
The pitch. Swinging a hot shot. Back up the middle. Past the diving Frawley. And into center field, a base hit. Two out base runner, and that is now 6 hits in the game for the Skeeters. And Rennie Ozuna will try to keep the game alive. Tomorrow, game 2 of the series, the 6:35 first pitch. Will be on the air with you for the pregame show on the radio side of things, right around 5:20 or so. Well, no, I have to mull it off on that. Hold on. 5:45. First offering low, and it's 1-0. So yeah, join us on the radio side, allinbroadcasting.com, and of course on the YouTube side once the game starts to watch things. And of course you can also listen as well while you watch on the radio side. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So play-by-play 6:35, pregame right around 5:45 on the radio side, allinbroadcasting.com. Derek Blackshear will throw for Sugar Land. Wade Corpy starting tomorrow for the Blue Crabs. Game 2 of the 4-game series. 1-1. It's a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, 9-1. Blue Crabs have the lead, looking for the final out of the game. Outfielders shade towards right center against their former teammate Rennie Ozuna, who's 1 out of 3 tonight with a single. The 2-1. A little bit low with a changeup, 3-1. So Burris is trying to win his 5th game. Meanwhile, on the other side, Matt Wright will probably drop to 5-5, I would think here, barring a miracle. 3 2/3, 8 runs, 8 hits tonight. Not a good night for the right-hander. Here's a swing and a line drive off the bat of Ozuna. In the right field, a base hit. As Waita stops at second. 2 on with 2 outs. And here's Kelly Cross.
Catcher number 29, Kelly Cross.
Kelly is 0 for 3 tonight. Barm comes set. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Ooh, nice pitch. Good fastball. Good movement. Very good movement. 0-1. 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. High and away. Good sign for the Blue Crabs. 11 hits tonight. The bats are starting to come back alive after what was a rough start to this 7-game homestand. Southern Maryland out hit on Tuesday, losing to York, and then had just 2 hits and 6 base runners on Wednesday, losing to York in that ball game. Last night a walk-off win, and tonight what should be a pretty big win, at least on the scoreboard. A pretty big disparity in the runs column. 1-1 offering outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 9-1 is the score. Great crowd on hand tonight. Tickets still available for tomorrow's ball game. Hope you join us. Fireworks tomorrow as well. The 2-1. Called strike right down the heart of the plate, thigh high. Didn't look like Cross was expecting that pitch. Maybe looking for something else. Now the Skeeters down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second taking their leads. Barham comes set. The 2-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball to second. Opitz angles to his left. He scoops. Fires it on to first, wide. And that pulls Wilson off the bag. Opitz angling to his left towards the second. And he had it. Plenty of time, but just threw it wide to Wilson, who was pulled off the bag towards the home plate side of first. Not sure what happened there. It just slipped out of the hand of Opitz. That's an error on Jake. Second one of the night for the Blue Crabs defense. Bases are loaded here. Skeeters left them loaded back in the 7th. Almonte the batter. And the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Coswaita singled, he is at third. Ozuna singled, he's at second. Cross reaching on the error by Opitz. Almonte tonight 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Barham kicks, and the 0-2. Down the way. Post-game show next. Outfielder Shea towards right center, Almonte. Open stance left side. Black batting gloves. Barham kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The ball game is over. The Blue Crabs win game 1 of this 4-game series by the final of 9-1, banging out 11 hits overall here this evening. Handshake line comes to form. Southern Maryland with a 9-1 victory tonight as they win their 2nd straight. Very good job by this Crabs team here tonight. 9 runs on 11 hits. We'll take a break. Coming up next, it is the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. Blue Crabs win it tonight by the final of 9-1. This is the intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Thanks for coming out tonight. I'm a big fan. The fun will continue tomorrow night when the Blue Crabs take on the Skeeters. The game is 2 of the 4-game series. But tomorrow night is at the ballpark. And the fireworks extravaganza at the end of the 7th inning. So we've got launch ball coming here in just a few moments. Launch ball coming up next. And there goes Austin. Yay.
I'll talk to you. Have a good night. Welcome inside the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. I'm Jim Tarabokia. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Glad you got that opportunity to join us, and it was a good one tonight. Blue Crabs winning 9-1, if you're a Blue Crabs fan, of course. Blue Crabs winning by the final of 9-1. So Southern Maryland tonight, 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. 4 runners left on base, 2 of them in scoring position. Skeeters, 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error, 7 runners left on. 5 of them in scoring position. And the Skeeters leaving the bases loaded twice here tonight. The winning pitcher was Brian Burris, 7 2/3 innings pitched tonight for Brian, picking up his 5th win of the year. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. The losing pitcher was Matt Wright, 5 5. He went 3 2/3, allowing 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts tonight. No save to speak of. 2 hours, 43 minutes, the time of the game. 4,915 baseball fans were here at the ballpark tonight to watch the Blue Crabs pick up the victory by the 9-1 final. So in the first inning, the Skeeters took an early lead after Denny Almonte walked and stole second. Moved up to third on a wild pitch and was driven in by a sacrifice fly off the bat of Chris Wallace to make it 1-0. In the bottom of the third inning, though, the Blue Crabs were able to tie the ball game with 2 outs. Fred Lewis singled, and then Anton DeJesus, in his return to the lineup, first time playing since June 10th, singled, a little looping single out to center, and that was enough to score Fred. And that tied the ball game at 1. Now the Blue Crabs really cracked things open in the bottom of the 7th inning. They sent 10 men to the plate. Jake Opitz led things off, and he was out number 1. Then Javon Rosa walked. Jamar Walton then singled. Then Heath Casillo with 2 runners on. Reached on an error by the left fielder, Delwyn Young, and with that error, 2 runs scored. And then after Casillo, I should say 1 run scored. Then after Castillo reached on that error at second base with runners at second and third, Casey Frawley with an RBI single. And the next hitter, Grant Zawatsky, came up and ripped a double in the left center field to score 2 runs. 2 batters later, Anton DeJesus singling, and he scored on Zach Wilson's 3-run home run. Blue Crabs 7 runs on 5 hits, sending 10 men to the plate in that bottom of the 4th. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Casey Frawley with a solo home run, and that started things off. That was the only run for the Blue Crabs, but they followed with 1 more hit. Nothing came of it, but that brought their run total to 9 and their hits total to 9 as well. And Skeeters, after that run in the first, were held scoreless all the way through. So the Blue Crabs tonight, all 9 of their runs unanswered. 1 run in the 3rd, 4 in the 7th, and 1 in the 6th. Offensively tonight for Southern Maryland, Anton DeJesus with an RBI, 2 for 4. With a run scored, Zach Wilson, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Jamar Walton, 1 for 4 tonight. Casey Frawley, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Over on the other side for Sugar Land, they banged out 7 hits here tonight, led by Palmero, who went 2 for 4, and Renny Ozuna against his former team going 2 for 4 here tonight. Time for our Toyota of Waldorf driver of the game, and that will go to Anton DeJesus, his return here tonight to the lineup. First time playing since June 10th. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Anton DeJesus, who played center field tonight, 2 for 4, batting in that number 2 spot. And he is tonight's Toyota of Waldorf driver of the game. Toyota of Waldorf is a premier Toyota dealer of Waldorf, Maryland. Toyota of Waldorf is honored by its faithful clientele and dedicated to top quality customer service. For more information, log on to toyotaofwaldorf.com or call 301-843-3700. Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. Visit their 2 Waldorf locations today. Over the past decade, Dashin has rapidly expanded in the Mid-Atlantic region with over 45 franchises operating more than 60 stores while selling convenience items with a wide variety of food and beverage choices. Stop by Dashin today. Fans, whether it's a charter, airport shuttle, or group tour, Dillon's Bus Service is the company that fulfills your transportation needs. Call Dillon's Bus Service today at 410-647-2321 or visit dillonsbus.com. Fans, visit Domino's Pizza, located at 371 Smallwood Drive in Waldorf today. Economy RVs, located at 29020 Three Notch Road in Mechanicsville, Maryland. It's offering products and services you'll need to make your camping experience a fantastic one. Economy RVs has provided quality products for over 8 years. For more information, visit economyrvs.com or call 301-884-8472. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union has been serving the Maryland educational community for nearly 60 years. Check out their website at esfcu.org today. Blue Crabs fans, Intrepid Incorporated is more than just an IT consulting and services firm. Intrepid's goal is to design systems freeing up workers to focus on their daily business activities that will grow your business. Visit etrepid.com today for a free consultation or call 240-455-0131. Intrepid, empowering business to communicate with clarity. Foster's Grill has 16 locations throughout 4 states on the East Coast, including 1 located in Waldorf. At Foster's Grill, they provide a casual neighborhood place where the whole family can gather and get great tasting food. Visit Foster's Grill in Waldorf Marketplace today. Guardian Pest Services is locally owned and operated in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and has a dedicated staff that has been servicing Central and Northern Virginia since 1999. For more information, visit guardianpestservices.com. Hearing Professionals, Doctors of Audiology, has 4 locations, including 1 in Waldorf. Hearing Professionals provides the highest quality of personalized and professional diagnostics, along with rehabilitative balance and hearing healthcare services to maximize each individual patient's quality of life. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the Blackstone Management out-of-town scoreboard. Blue Crabs win tonight by the final of 9-1. This is the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. Back here on the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. Jim Taragokia. Blue Crabs win tonight by the final of 9-1. 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Skeeters 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Blue Crabs 9 runs highlighted by the 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th. As they said, 10 men to the plate, banging out 5 hits in that inning. Time now for our Blackstone Management out-of-town scoreboard. A final look here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. The Bluefish defeat the Ducks by the final of 6-4. And Bluefish tonight out hitting the Ducks by the final of 12-7. Cameron Lowe picked up the win. We saw him a couple of weeks ago. He pitched really well. Emilio Diaz took the loss. Patrick Mincy with the save. Bluefish wins 6-4. Here's a score that's going to make the Bluefish very happy. The Barnstormers hold on to defeat the Somerset Patriots 4-3. That's a good race over there, isn't it? In the Liberty Division. 10 hits tonight for Somerset, out hitting Lancaster, but the Barnstormers with a run in the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and the Patriots with a run in the eighth, but were unable to score in the ninth. They lose it 4-3. Ryan Morgado, the winning pitcher. Matt Zielinski, the loser, and a save by Marcus Walden. Good job tonight by the Barnstormers, defeating the Patriots. Big win for them, 4-3 in game one of that series. The Revolution defeat the River Sharks at Campbell's Field tonight by the final of 6-4. The Revolution out-hit Camden by an 11-9 mark. And the Revolution, as we've mentioned, we highlighted the last couple of days, hot as of late, 8-2 in their last 10. Naomi Lewis picked up the win, Sean Gleason the loss, Josh Jr. save. 6-4 the final tonight, the Revolution defeating the Camden River Sharks. Over on the Major League Baseball side of things, top of the ninth inning, Phillies with a 9-3 lead over the Braves. Top of the eighth inning in Baltimore, Orioles with an 8-7 lead. Bottom of the 10th inning, extra innings, Kansas City, Toronto, maybe a possible playoff matchup in October, tied at 6 there. Those two teams combining for 23 hits. Bottom of the ninth inning, the Pirates defeating the by the final of 5-4. Last chance for the Reds there with one out. Joey Votto at the plate. Top of the 11th inning, Padres Marlins tied at 3. Top of the ninth, Red Sox a 7-5 lead over the Rays. Middle of the ninth inning, tied at 1. Nationals and the Mets. Mets coming to bat, a chance to win it at Citi. 53rd win and trying to gain a game in the division. They came into the night down 2 games to the Nationals, who were up 2 games in first place in the NL East. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rangers a 6-2 lead over the Giants in Texas. Top of the 6th inning, lead over Houston. Top of the 6th, Cubs a 2-1 lead over Milwaukee. Bottom of the 5th, Yankees 12-2 lead over the White Sox tonight. 14 hits for the Yankees. 4-1 Seattle with the lead over Minnesota. Bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 6th inning, lead over Colorado in St. Louis. Scoreless bottom of the 3rd, Cleveland and Oakland. And they're just underway. Angels and the Dodgers, no score. Zach Greinke pitching tonight for the Dodgers. Angels 55-46 on the season. That'll do it for the Blackstone Management Out-of-Town Scoreboard. We'll come back, wrap things up right after this on the Regency Furniture Southern Maryland Blue Crabs postgame wrap-up show on the E-Trepid. Blue Crabs. Time to wrap things up here on the Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show, presented by Regency Furniture. Once again, our final score, the Blue Crabs defeat the Skeeters by the final of 9-1. Be sure to join us tomorrow, first pitch, 6:35. We will be on the air with you on the radio side of things for the pregame. Right around 5:40, right-handed pitcher Derek Blackshear will throw tomorrow, 3-2 with a 2.22 ERA against left-handed pitcher Wade Corpy, who is 3-2 with a 5.80 ERA. Hope you join us then. First pitch tomorrow will be at 6:35 on the YouTube side of things for the play-by-play, and on the radio side. Of course, join us on the radio side as well for the pregame show at 5:40 tomorrow. This has been a presentation of the Intrepid Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. For more information, log on to allinbroadcasting.com, SOMDBlueCrabs.com for audio highlights and post-game interviews, and YouTube.com, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs page for full game broadcasts, post-game interviews, video highlights, and much more. This is Jim Tarabokia saying goodnight from Regency Furniture Stadium. You've been listening to Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network, powered by Intrepid. Like I said, it's just trying to make life easier. Not trying to start it over. You have the box score?
Yeah,
you want it? Yeah, I got one. What's that?
I got him. I can bring him down.
Are you going to bring down Gary? Okay.
Gators food sometimes then. There was leftovers in the press box, just a whole good tray load. Had ribs for like a month.
Good way to live.